Good evening, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back to the Dennis Herrera Show as I am taking my last couple of cups of coffee for the day. The only reason why I'm drinking coffee right now, which I'm trying to cut out, I'm trying to cut down on coffee a little bit on the evenings because I have let myself go a little bit too much. And I find that I have been getting even less sleep than I normally would, which means nothing. Nothing. Robert, big bro, how are you? Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to have you guys here Friday night. I know you can be anywhere else, but you are here with me tonight, and that means the world to me. All right, I have a few hours to kill with you crazy ass patriots. But first, very nice. Salud, my friends. Stay thirsty. Hit the spot. Takes me back home when my grandma used to make coffee for us as kids. Can you imagine? They say that coffee it slows down your growth, meaning you're normally shorter than you normally would. Can you imagine if I started drinking whole milk from the beginning with no coffee? I might have made at least 6'5". Plus, here's something that you probably didn't know about me. I have scoliosis. Now, lucky, it's only painful and it's not as affecting in my body. I don't know if that was good news. But welcome, Robert Kramis. How are you? Is he wearing the suit? Wait, no, we're not wearing a suit. You missed it. That was earlier. But I did wear a suit with no tie. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a little business casual. Because it was triggering. Today was triggering in the first show of the day. I had some lip tarts. I think I poked the bear or I poked the beehive. I went to another podcaster. He is a leftist who hates Trump and doesn't believe in God. I accidentally scrolled on my phone. You guys know that I use my phone to monitor, right? Well, one of the monitors. And I saw him and I just went and I put a comment on there real quick while we were playing a video. And I say, why don't you conservatives or Republicans, real Americans, stop wasting time on this guy and come and have a chat with us real Americans? And oh my God, I think I had like 10 lip tarts that just came to my channel. And it was not people that I've seen before. So I think I might have poked the beehive. I might have poked the beehive. I do it all for fun, guys. This is all entertainment for you guys to enjoy. Well, not really all, right? Because we do talk about religion. We do talk about politics. And there's some things that we should be serious about, like the war in Iran. One of the things that I don't know, well, it's not like I don't know. I try to understand where this mentality comes from. I don't understand why people, just so that we don't blame just a specific, but people, they just hate the military. They pretend like they care because they argue with us about it, but they don't even care about the servicemen and women. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't. I don't know how to make sense of that type of mentality. Just doesn't make sense. My man. Oh, man, can't stay, power out, can't recharge phone. Oh, man, that sucks. You know what? I called to change some things on my plan for the internet. And I downgraded from 2 gigabytes to 1 gigabyte of download speed, and it's like 300 something up speed. And in the deal, I am saving $36, and they will send me I think they call it a battery backup. so that if the power goes out in my house, I can still have internet. Um, I don't know how much that's going to help. But I'm hoping. I'm hoping something comes out of it. Something good comes out of it. Let's see. What do we got? Burning 47. Welcome. It is Friday night. Today, we're gonna talk some smack. We're gonna trigger some more people. But more importantly, we're just gonna hang out and have a good Friday night. Hopefully, we'll see how many patrons get on tonight. Clarence Whiting. How's the No New Wars going? It's going great. I think that we are looking pretty good when it comes to force and power. We're flexing pretty good, is what they say. We're flexing. But thanks for asking. Güero, sir, salud. I see that little hot cup of coffee. Same to you, my friend. Brindis, brindis, brindis. You know, I don't always drink coffee, but when I do it in the Dennis Herrera Show Cup. I'm just kidding. I drink coffee on anything. Let's see. Jason, how are you, Jason? You've been on a long time today. Dennis, how are you? I am doing great. Let's see. Who told you I'm crazy? I'll kick their arse. What are you, a pirate? That's not. I don't know. I always thought that when English people use that word. Well, I was just here. Omar, it was watching some Fox, some Jesse Waters show. You know, Jesse Waters is funny because Jesse Waters is he has this his own show with hundreds of thousands of followers, and he was talking about what I talked about today. We just do it in different styles. Plus, I don't have anybody putting videos there for me, and I don't follow a script. Okay, that's a little bit different. And plus, I give you the live interaction. The live interaction. Get SpaceX, Dennis. You know, so I was gonna get Starlink. I was. I think I forgot to tell you, or you didn't. You were not here. But so I, this is funny. So I went on the app, right, on my phone, right, because I on my X feed, and we'll go to my X feed as well. On my X feed, I saw the Starlink on there. I was like, you know what? I think it's time to order because I was gonna cancel the internet here at home, so that I can take my stuff with me, wherever I go. Now, the whole idea, at least the second phase. If I get, there's two phases. There's a remodeling where I will have an actual studio, not a bedroom / studio, because that's what, you already know this is what I got. But I will actually like to have an actual studio and I want to have a mobile studio. I mean, you guys know it's my car, but I want to have something specific like, somewhere where something that I can actually like a minivan, like a news minivan, so to speak, and I would like to be able to take this vehicle, whether it's the one that I have as an SUV, as a Jeep, and it's very good on the snow and the mud. It's fantastic, American made, and it is fantastic, and and I want to be able to have a battery, what do you call those things? Electric power generator. You've seen those, right? Those big batteries or whatever. And I will be able to hook up, peep this, I will be able to hook up few monitors, right? So I want to have maybe 3, maybe 4. I'm very greedy, maybe 3 or 4 monitors. I'm crazy like that, and I want to be able to hook up my my PlayStation just in case I want to be spending the night out in the middle of nowhere. I want to play a game or watch a movie, etc. And I was thinking to get Starlink, right? Because that way I can use it at home and I can also take it with me anywhere I go. Now, the speed is not as great. So it wouldn't be meant to give, my kids internet or my cell phone, my tablet, and whatever, right? It wouldn't be for that. It's just the speed is just not that good. But it will be perfect just for me to be able to have my cell phone and my computer internet. And of course, if I'm on the road, I'm working from the laptop and a couple of extra monitors. I think that would be perfect. I don't plan on spending another $4,500 to make another computer like the one that I have. I built a monster computer. It's just over powerful for what we're doing here today. And the reason why I made it that way is because when I was doing my photography business, I was also doing landscape photography. And, I will have over 100 megabytes pictures, because of panels. And every time that I would try to edit, or, put them together, whatever, the computer would just be like, zzz, the motors, the fans would be going crazy. This one, it just says, what else you got? It still takes a little time, right? Nothing is perfect, but it's way fast, very reliable. I mean, it's Dennis Herrera made, so it better be good. Now, I've had it for a couple of years now, and it's still better than the new computers coming out, so I'm not replacing it. But with that being said, I am a man of many trades. My first job was when I was 10 years old, and my job was to mix concrete. If you know what that is, you just put a bunch of sand, right? You go and shovel the sand in the wheelbarrow. You take it to the spot where you're gonna mix it. You make a little a big bundle of sand. And then you make a hole in the middle with the shovel. You just kind of separate the sand, and then you throw your half or a full bag of cement, and then you just start mixing it, and then you go ahead and make that spot again. You put water in it, you fill it up, and little by little you start shoveling from the edge of the sand that's already mixed with cement, and you're throwing it in the water. You throw it in the water until you get to the bottom, and then you start mixing it, bada bing, bada boom. Then you put it back in the wheelbarrow, and then you take it to the spot where the guys need the cement. They will tell me, hey, I need more water. You need this. Okay. At 10 years old, man, 10 years old. I mean, they didn't pay me jack squad, but, just a couple of bucks here and there. But, I mean, for a kid, that was a lot of money for me. And, my next job was actually here in the States, and I worked as a dishwasher. Just so you know, I had family problems when I was a teenager. I wasn't the best, but I wasn't the bad either. I was very respectful. I just, my ADD always drive me crazy and always got me in trouble. But, as went on and I figure out what I had, I don't see it as a disease. It's just something that if you control it, it can actually be very good for you. It can be in your favor because then you can talk forever. You guys wouldn't know by the way that I run my show, but I talk a lot, Tanya, I told my wife about your $50 gift today, and she said that you were so nice and so wonderful, and thank you so much. So don't think that it went unnoticed. It's... For many people, $50 is probably nothing, but to me, it doesn't matter. It can be $1, and what I see is the heart in which people give it to me. And I know that when you guys do that for me, you do it out of love. It's not an obligation, and that is the best way to give and receive. So thank you for that. But anyway, so when I came here, you guys already know I was 15 and a half, almost 16 years old. I was emancipated, and I left the house. Believe it or not, okay, the way that it went down was like this. Now, I talked to my brother. I love my brother. We fixed everything, and I told him, I said, listen, I just want to give you an FYI. I will always talk about our stories, but just know I have no hate for you. I have no resentment. It is what it was, right? And I'm okay. And we have a great relationship. I sound like President Trump with his enemies. Ah, man, freaking Geminis. No, but I'm serious. We have a good relationship as brothers. And this is the reason why I left. So he used to beat me with electrical cords, with heavy belts soaked in water. One time he hit me with this, I don't know what the name is in English, but it's like a style of a rope that actually cuts your skin like it burns it. And what else? I don't know, a bunch of stuff. He used to throw electrical live wires on my back when I was sweaty. What else did he do? I remember one time well, quite a few times I couldn't stand up afterwards, but I remember one time, and true stories, guys, true story. I told you I was going to tell you stories on Friday, but this one time, my other older brother, he got this thing. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was like some metal chains, and at the bottom it was a metal plate like this, and the tips were kind of sticking out, sort of like a knife, but not a knife. It's just a metal piece in the shape of like a half a moon or something. Okay. And I remember one time, I can't remember why he was going to beat the crap out of me. All I know is that it was going to start raining. And I really don't remember why I got it. I mean, he beat me so hard, I don't remember. But I do remember getting the beating. And so he told me to get inside the house. And normally, I already know that he's going to beat me. He used to hate me when I was a kid. And there's a reason for that. None of my own, and that's why he asked for forgiveness and apologized, and of course I did. But here's the story. I'm running around. Remember, we had some mango trees in the yard, and this thing is hanging there, and we used to grab onto it to swing, And so I will go running around, and my brother would be right behind me, right? He'd be right behind me. Well, in one of those times that I went around the trees, I pushed the thing out of the way, and when it came back, just picture my brother coming into it, and the thing just boom, just stabbed him right on his head, right here on the top of his head, and he started bleeding, and I knew that just made everything worse. And then it started raining, and if you members probably have seen the old house where I used to live, and there was a small hallway between one side of the house and the other, and then the gate is there. The gate was locked, so I didn't have enough time to jump over it. It was pretty tall. And my brother caught up with me. It started raining, and he went to town until he couldn't hit me no more. I could not stand up. I had these purple wells. I got about a 6 to 7 inch scar in one of my cheeks. And I remember that was like the biggest beating that I had that day, and I think probably the worst beating that I got in my life. But you know what? It's just like, I think I was like maybe 25, 26 years old when we fixed everything. But I tell you this for a reason, okay? It's not to make him look like he's a monster. My brother, I love my brother. He's not like that anymore. He is 180 change. Trust me. He is not like that at all. He is actually a little bit too sweet to people, and he doesn't have that type of attitude anymore. He has actually fixed the relationship with God, and he's a good Christian man, and I respect him. So I tell you that bad story because when I was about 15 and a half years old, right before I left the house, he tried to chase me. Here's how it went down. He had 2 kids, my 2 nephews, and my brother used to stress so much fixing televisions. Plus, he hated me, and he warned us, I don't want to hear fighting, and I don't want to hear crying. Well, if I hear that, I'm going to come out and I'm going to whoop everybody, right? And Dennis, keep an eye on them. I was like, no, because no. I said, if something happens, it's always my fault. Well, it's always my fault. And, my nephews just started fighting for this car. And so I took the car away. Not only they were fighting, but now they were both crying and whining and yelling. So my brother comes out of the house with the belt already around the hand, and he thinks he's going to come and beat me like he used to in Honduras. But now I'm almost 16 years old. I've been working out 3 times a day, and I stretch to be my 6 feet tall that I am. 6'1", 6'2" with shoes. But my 6 feet tall that I am at 15. And right before he hit me, I held his hand. I was like, oh, no. I said, you're not going to do that again, ever. Oh, he's like, oh, you wanna fight like a man. And I was like, uh, I will knock you out. 'Cause he didn't know that we had a friend. His father was a martial arts, sensei, as they call them, right? A master. And he used to teach us how to fight mixed martial arts. And plus, and I boxed, right? And so I felt really, like, yeah, I can defend myself. And so I didn't want to fight him. I don't do that with my brother. I didn't want to fight him. And so I tried to run away. And the my luck, the house door was locked, the top bolt and the bottom. And I didn't have enough time to open the door. So my brother catches up. And then he starts swinging at me. And he sucks. He sucks at fighting. He was good at whipping me with the belt, but he sucks at fighting. And I kept avoiding the punches on my face. And one of them, he almost hit me, and I felt, he almost hit me in the chin. So I got down, and I just gave him a left hook to the ribs, and I messed up. I cracked his ribs, and he just fell to the ground. He never tried to touch me again. By the way, he was afraid of me after that. And that's crazy because I always tell this day I will always defend my brother. Somebody try to pick on him, mind you, he's older than me. Somebody try to pick on my brother, I will break their face, okay? I know that's not very Christian-like, but I think sometimes we got to teach people a lesson so that they stop doing that abuse to others. I just do it, to protect humanity. This is the kind of guy that I am. And so I hurt my brother, and I felt so bad. I thought, when I stood up to him, I thought that I would feel very good. Finally, I get a chance to stand up and make everything right. But you know what? I felt so wrong. I felt so bad. And the reason why I ran away, so to speak, was because when my mother came home, and you have to know, I was a mama's boy. I always thought my mom was the best. I still do, but that day, she asked me what I was doing out there, and then I told her the story. And for some of you, you guys have to remember that my mom had to leave me for 5 years to be able to come over here, got her green card, and then she came back to get us. Okay, twice we were rejected at the embassy. And the third time we were accepted, and my mom wouldn't bring us here illegally. That's not something that she believed in. She always believed in respecting the law, and if we're gonna be here, that we should educate ourselves to be good people, to be good citizen material for the future. And so anyway, that's just how I ended up being emancipated. I couldn't go back home, and then I had to stay with people and. I had to get a job because I had to buy clothes for myself. I had to buy my own food, and I was at 3.9 GPA on my junior year, and I went to work almost full time. It was like, I don't know, about maybe 5.5 hours every day. Let me see how many hours it was, because I finished at 10:30. No, I lie. It was like about 5:30. From 5:30 to like 10:30. So 5 hours, okay? 5 hours daily. And then, of course, I didn't take a day off on the weekends. I also worked the weekends. But my first job was a dishwasher at Denny's. And then my second job was working at Taco Bell. I was a master of the drive-thru. Welcome to the border. Can I take your order? And then my third job was with a construction company. I was already 18, so I got my license. Of course, I paid for it. I paid for everything that I had. I got my own apartment. I got a 2-bedroom because I already had a kid on the way. And I remember working for this company. It was called Ketchikan Drywall. I think it was a Canadian name because that's what I think Ketchikan is at. And I used to drive the delivery truck of materials. And that wasn't too bad. I mean, they paid me like $6.25. Think about this. Now, my friends, this is how you abuse employees. They used to pay me $6.25. I just want you to know this. Back then, that is normal for minimum wage. But for the type of job that I was doing, it was a minimum of $15 an hour at that time. Not because I was 18 and I was a young, dumb, buck. they abused me with the pay. And you know what? I used to drive, not just drive, which is what the other drivers did at $15 an hour, but I used to drive and I had to load, unload, and I had to go and scrape outside, inside that constructed, the newly constructed houses, meaning that all the sheetrock left over that was left inside the house, I had to grab all that scrap, throw it in the back of the 30 ton or 10 ton. I think it was 10 ton truck, 10 speed. And I used to do all of that for $6.25. And then I go and I talk with other drivers. I'm just driving. I just do this. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. How much you get paid? And then some of them were making $20. And I said, wait, what? I'm making $6.25. He's like, bro, I don't even do supply. I just deliver it. I don't even put it on. I don't take it off. People, I just drive. That's literally what I do. And it was a black guy. And the black guy was like, that is crazy, man. He's like, man, I wish I could get you a job with my company, but we're not hiring over here. And I was like, I'm just a young man. I don't know what's going on. And so I go to the boss. And, it's like, hey, good morning, sir. How are you? I'm always there like 30 minutes before everybody else. And I say, how are you? I was so dedicated. I'm going to tell you something. I was the guy with the jeans, with the construction boots, of course, the steel-toe boots, the yellow ones. And I always had a flannel, okay, with the little squares. The square flannel, I had blue, and I had red, and I had brown. And I remember going upstairs, grabbing my cup of coffee, half asleep, grabbing my cup of coffee, and then I go into the office once the boss got there, the manager or the owner or whatever. And I knocked, and I said, excuse me. Now, listen to this. I said, excuse me. I wanted to ask you a question. Is it okay if you have time right now? I was very polite. I was very polite. I've always been raised that way with my bosses and my lead and my my elders in person. And I said, sir, I was wondering if I could start making $6.50 an hour. I thought I was doing good negotiating. I'm like, I'm gonna make $6.50 instead of $6.25. Mind you, I already know some people were making $15 or $20 an hour just driving, right? And so I asked for $6.50. You know what he said? I got fired. That's what he said. 25 cents raise. I asked for a 25-cent raise, and I was doing the job of two people. As a young 18, almost 19 years old. How crazy is that? That is crazy. And I was a resident. It's not like I'm an illegal immigrant. I was licensed. I had a license. I have a green card, and I'm working harder than anybody else in the company. At least that's how I felt, and man, it is just crazy. I don't know if they were racist, I mean, the white guys were making twice as much as I was making. Maybe he was racist. Who knows? But, I never really give into that victimhood mentality. I asked for 25 cents, and I just can't believe I got fired. If you ask me if I got fired from a job, there you go. Now, because I was very good with customers and stuff like that. I've never been a sales guy, but I've always been very good with people. And so I always applied to be a leasing agent in apartments. They never called me. They didn't like my resume. There's nothing good in the resume. And they never called me. And I did all kinds of jobs. I did sheetrocking. I did framing. I did roofing. Oh, man, that was tough. The roofing is probably the worst that I did because my back was horrible. I messed up my back in sports. And, besides that, I've done maintenance for apartments, so I've done electrical work. I've done plumbing. I have fixed big machinery without mechanical skills, just critical thinking, common sense, and trying to figure things out. I always like to figure things out. I used to fix televisions, the whole plasmas, the projectors, the LCDs when they first came out. I mean, I've done a lot of jobs, and some of them I can't remember right now, but I know that I've done a lot. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was a server. I also was a cook at a Mexican restaurant. What other jobs have I had? I had so many jobs in my life. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, when I was a teen, I also used to cut. You know how most American kids at the young, well, I don't know now, but back then, we used to go mow the lawn. For people, they give you $25 for the whole yard, and I went and bought my own lawnmower, my own weed whacker, rakes, and all that stuff. And sort of like a Paco's, landscape. This was Dennis landscape. And I remember the hard work. And I mean, I tried so many things. I worked for Comcast, AT&T broadband. I worked with AT&T for television. I've done radio shows. I have done videography. Obviously, you guys know I do photography, leasing agent. I mean, you name it. I've been all over the place, and I love it. I love learning new tasks and everything. And the whole time, I have all the experience that you can think of when it comes to any type of labor jobs or office jobs. I've been supervisor, I've been manager, I've been lead, I've been just a regular crew. I've done a lot of things in my life, and I'm very proud and very happy that I was able to do them. The only thing that I regret is not being smart about the choices that I was making with my life decisions. But that's why I'm here today, and that's the way I talk. The way I talk, this is the way that I express myself with you guys. Now that I'm almost a half a century old, I'll be 50 years old in the middle of June. And I'm very happy that I got the privilege to come to be 50 years old. And I think that at this age, I should be able to do more and do new ventures and learn new things. So I think going for governor has probably been the hardest thing that I'm going to be doing in my life. But other than that, that is my whole work experience in a nutshell. They used to call me, in Spanish, they used to call me milusos, means 1,000 hobbies and jobs, 1,000 jobs. That's what they will call me. Just like a bunch of Mexicans, that work several jobs, and they are very skillful workers. I mean, I don't know. That's just the way that we are. But think about this. Not only was I working, but, when I was in high school, for me to graduate, it was so difficult because I still have my 7 periods of class, and school started at, I think it was like 7:15. It was the first period. Now, what was nice is that my first period was actually weight training. I always took that in so I can stay healthy. So I did weight training on my first period. And then on my 7th period, I was a weight training TA just to get extra credit. And so I used to work out twice a day. And then I would go to football or soccer practice, whichever was the season. And then after 5 p.m., I would walk about maybe 10 blocks. And I will go to Dennis and I'll do the dishwashing. And then at 10:30, I will get off and start doing my homework about 11:15. And mind you, I have 7 periods, about 6 periods of class. And then I would grab all the homework and just do as much as I could before I pass out. And I don't remember what time I will pass out. Most of the time, I don't remember. But I do remember that I had to get up at 5 in the morning every day because I live in an area where I just couldn't catch the bus. I was like inside the zone, but the farthest part of the zone. And so I had to walk. I went to school, rain, shine, and snow. It doesn't matter. I had to show up. And so, it was a very, very stressful life. And I learned to be responsible since I was 10 years old. I started working, but 16 years old when I left the house, that's when things got very serious for me. And I've had 2 jobs most of my life, sometimes 3. And when I tell people to do something, it's because I do it too. I've done it. I've been there. I don't have this excuse of, oh my God, I was silver spoon fed, all my life. No, I had to fight every single day for my life. And so when I see people doing that, man, I commend them. I respect them. I know what it's like to be living like that and having to make those sacrifices. So if you are here today on this Friday night, you get to know me a lot better than what anybody else actually knows me. So, for people that don't know my background, most of you guys know that I am Mayan and Spaniard mix. But for my father's side, there is an Afro descent, African, as you guys know. There's an Afro descendancy in there, and it's when people play this whole victimhood card, and we had slavery, not just from Spaniard conquistadores, but that we had slavery amongst our own Indian tribes. The weaker Indian tribes will be slaves of the stronger Indian tribes, and that's just the way it was. The Mayan civilization disappearing. That's just they pretty much took care of each other, like they took each other out. And some of the people, some of the Mayans that still exist in the Guatemala and some parts of Mexico, they got lucky. They got lucky that they didn't get touched the way we got touched in Central America. And, we still hold the values, but now it's more of a legend than a culture. But I do know that it was a very violent culture. And so coming to get here as a migrant, knowing that my mother never tried to come here illegally, nor did she try to bring me here illegally. We waited for years, and you guys know the roof, what is the guy's name? The roofer, the zinc roofer guy that always comes in here talking shit about me. He doesn't know this, and he clowns, and he's like, "Oh, you guys came here illegally, blah blah." You know what? No, we didn't. We waited almost 9 years total for me, my mom, and my sister longer, obviously. But we waited over 9 years, let's say a decade, before we came to this country. We didn't just go to the embassy and they told us, "Oh yeah, sure, go to the United States of America, go for it." No, they made us go get a physical health exam, check vaccines, how much money is in the bank, all this other stuff, right? And I mean, we should have been ready anyway, but they denied us. And I believe it was the third time they said, "Yeah, we'll just come back later. We'll give you access," right? And so there you go. So here we are in this country, and the history of this country has been pretty similar. I mean, the difference is that the Native Americans over here, they didn't build temples like we did. The Mayan and the Aztec civilizations have been, we had some amazing cities, built out of rock. Unfortunately, there was a lot of witchcraft and stuff. Native Americans, what do they have here? Nothing. They don't have anything. They don't build jack squat. They build holes on the wall, on the rock, on the mountain, teepees. We build houses of rock, blocks, big bricks. Like the Egyptians back in the day, right? Well, sort of. They're different kind of material. But, we've had such a, let me just say that the Native Americans here were underdeveloped compared to our Mayan civilization and the Aztec civilization in Mexico. But think about this. All of these people from Guatemala down in Central America, they are now subdeveloped countries. And what is this land that was for the Native Americans? What has this land become since the white men, since the settlers came to this country? Look what we have today. It is amazing. There's a lot of bad history. And this is why I try to tell people, there's a lot of bad history, but all of these things had to happen to get what you got. If those white settlers from Europe didn't come here, as some say that the Vikings used to come to the East Coast and pillage and rape and all this other stuff, right? Before Christopher Columbus ever came here. Regardless, the point stands. The United States became a nation, a developed country. Honduras and a lot of the Indian civilizations that were way advanced, more advanced than the Native Americans, they perished. They are extinguished, so to speak. They don't exist. And yet, everything here in the United States of America just flourishes. It's just thriving. We have a lot of reservations throughout this nation, and they have their sovereignty, and they have their free money from us, from the federal government. What do they do with it? Do they save it and work? Do they create buildings? Do they create better houses? No. Most of them still on welfare. They depend on the government. They get all this money, and I'm so sorry, guys, but this is how it is. They get all this money, and most of them, they just get drunk. They do drugs. They don't invest on education. And you see the ones that do save and get educated, they become successful. But if you look at the reservations, any Indian reservation, you're never going to see an Indian reservation that looks like a big, huge city town. Not one. Not one. I don't know any Native American reservations that have a nice city. You know, they have this. They're like 100, 200 years behind. You know, in their reservation. So for people to come and just hate on the white settlers, and not appreciate what this whole United States of America country gives to everybody, it's just nonsense. I think there's a lot of ignorance in there and unappreciation for what they have. All right, that's all my story, and this is where I will switch gears, and we're gonna go and visit some of the posts that I have seen on my X account. And let me say hello to a few more people. Man, you guys been chatting on here. Grayman today was okay, though, says, I feel a little down today. Well, I hope you feel a lot better now, man. Happy Friday, Brian. God bless you, bro. Good to see you on here. Let's see. What do we got? David. David, welcome, David. David, I thought you were a member. What happened? Speaking of, life is a battlefield. It sure is. It sure is. I thought David was a member. My bad. I know Omar is. I'm crying. So sad story. Nah, little bro. It's those are scars. They don't hurt anymore, but they're true. It's true story. Looking through the glass. Welcome back. I'm on watch list due to deep depression. Virginia contacts my weekly, and I haven't told him, but through all my meds, away, feeling better now. Good to hear. Looking through the glass. And thank you. That was a nice call talking to you today. Let's see. Who else do we got? Knife says, great story about what was your legal status at 15? Oh, I wasn't reading comments, guys. Sorry about that. But you guys got to hear the whole story, right? I was a resident by the time I was 15 years old. So when I came here, I was about 13 and a half. My mom had already put the request for a green card way before we came here. And so, they called us right away. And then we went to Honduras, by the way, for the final interview. And that's when they gave us a resident green card stamp on the Honduras passport. Yeah. And then I was a resident alien for about 2.5 decades. And finally decided to pull the trigger and became an American citizen, making my loyalty known to be an American loyalty. And I love Honduras, but my loyalty belongs to the United States of America. It's that simple. And it's not just because, they gave me citizenship, because I can always take that back. I can always give it away. But because I was taught from a very young age that I should appreciate, not just appreciate the land that I live in, but I should also work to make it better. Whether I can be just another laborer, or maybe I can be a teacher, right? Some sort of teaching, or I can be a medic, a medical, like a doctor or a nurse, or I can do engineering, or in whatever thing that I do in my life is a career. It's not just to make money, but it's always to help your country. And so this is the country that I live in. This is the permanent life that I have. And so I have to protect it. I have to always be grateful for being in this country. And it's sad because, I get to see a lot of Americans that are born here, and they're just, their mentality is filled with theories from movies. It's like their life was made because of a movie. I remember in the 90s as a teenager, Disney used to get on my nerves. It's like, why do they always make the teenagers so whiny and disrespectful? I always complain about Hollywood, how they will have a 2-hour movie, and an hour and 55 minutes of that movie is horrible. Rebelliousness, just cursing parents out, slamming doors, just being bad, making dumb ass decisions. And the parents are so loving and they provide everything for them. And then it's like, oh my God, this kid, what the hell is wrong? You got the whole movie. And at the end, I'm sorry. Oh, used to get on my nerves. I was like, how come he's not getting his ass whooped? Where's the belt? Nobody whooped this guy. What happened? And after telling you my story, you would think that I would think different, but I understand what discipline is for. Okay? The Bible says that we are supposed to discipline with the rod. Imagine that. That means a stick. And I'm a big believer of that still. But the problem is that there's a lot of people out there that when they discipline their children, discipline their children, they become too angry. They don't have enough love to know the measure of that discipline. You know, I have spent, I think maybe, I don't know, maybe less than half a year I spanked my daughter. And she, by the way, she just turned 13 years old today. I spanked my daughter for something that she did that I didn't like. And you know what? It hurts me a lot because she is, she doesn't know how to be sarcastic. She comes out to be really, really, really mean. And but she is a sweetheart. She is my treasure. And I hope that, you know, that I guide her enough so that when she becomes an adult, that she's going to be a good adult woman. And I hope that she finds the right man. I hope she can choose in the right way. And, you know, I hope I get to see that happen. So there's that. But I love my daughter. My last one, she is my favorite. Everybody else knows it. Let's see. Who else do we got in here? Mike 63 says another Trump. This guy, I'm giving you my life story, and this guy just comes in here and insults instead of saying hello. Some people just never leer, man. You guys never leer. You guys went to too many leering centers. Mr. Mikey, how are you? Good that you are here. Let's see who else we got. Tanya. Okay, you guys talking about that. Okay. Let's see. Riqueza Luisa. Oh my God, that's horrible. I don't know when in my story you guys said all these things. I missed all these comments. Sorry about that. We're gonna skip all the way to the new comments. If you didn't put a super chat in the comment, I missed it. All right, let's see. Tanya, happy birthday to Denise. Yeah. I don't. Kids in her school know that I do this show, and some of them probably don't like me. So I don't like to talk too much about it. But shh, don't tell nobody. But just happy birthday to Dennis's daughter. Lucky there's a lot of Denises at school, and they don't know what school. All right, let's see. Gray man, if you are the uncle, you better tell me who you are. Let's see. I don't believe you. Let's see. No, you are not her uncle. You are not her uncle. I thought you'd be maybe one of my buddies, but you're not. I thought it was my buddy. Let's see. What do we got? Oh my God, the silence. No new words. Bro, how about you tell us a story? How about that? How about I open the lines. I open the line and you guys can tell me a story that you want to share, and it's legit. You can ask a question or give your opinion about the war in Iran. A lot of mixed feelings there. Some people are very angry. Some other people are scared. Some people are uncertain of what's happening. And yet, some people are optimistic. For me, I'm a little bit of everything. I don't like to I don't like to be naive, but I also don't like to be over negative and be against everything because the one of the things that you have to understand is even though we are trying to have peace and we do peace through strength, you have to understand that the other people that are on the other side judge them by their character. You know, people look at President Trump and they don't like him, so they talk about him and they say all these things about him and this and that. But because of that hate that they have against him, they don't get to see anything else. They have no common sense. They use no critical thinking. They're just, you know, narrow-minded and they just don't want to see anything else, right? But you know, you have to judge righteously is what the Bible says. Judge righteously. Let me see. Let me go ahead and go in and share. Why don't we go ahead and share some of these posts from the X account, and these are posts from the war room, Trump's war room. I don't think I've seen this interview, but there's some clips here. Why don't we start with CNN's? This guy is so excited. I like this guy. Let's start with this right here real quick. There we go. Let's start with him.
Voter ID is not controversial in this country. A photo ID to vote is not controversial in this country. It is not controversial by party, and it is not controversial by race. The vast majority of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj that, in fact, you should have a photo ID to be able to vote.
So something of a non.
Take a look here. Favorite photo ID to vote.
Look at that. White, 85%. 82 for the Latinos and 75, 76 for the black community. They all agree. They are tired of being duped. They are tired of not having certainty that our elections are legit. We need to have transparency. I keep saying that. Transparency. We got to have transparency. If there is something that I am running on, well, not yet, but I will be running on the campaign is transparency. I want people see the best way to do something right when it comes to politics, okay, is to try not to be a politician. You have to at some point. Let's see. I had to show ID to register to vote and to vote in my country. For the first time, yeah, and we used to have the whole thumb, the whole thumbprint on top of voting, and that's how it is. Oh, county. Okay, that's. I thought you were from another country. Let's see. No, it's all right. Dosito, no worries. I get text messages as well from other people. All right, now the phone line's not available yet. It's not open yet. I will let you know when you guys can call. Hey, welcome back, 623. But you know what? That CNN, this guy I like because when he talks about the poll, whether it's positive or negative towards Trump, he actually shows it. And he's so excited about it. I like this guy. All right, let's go ahead and get to the first clip here from Trump.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for sitting down with me today. I think we'll get into some personal stuff, some fun stuff, and yeah, it's an honor. We're here at a factory doing a rally. It's my first rally, and it's actually my first show on this podcast. So you're going to be my first and last
that's
guest.
good. Well, we're going to have to get good ratings.
We got to get some good ratings.
better.
You were flying in on Air Force One.
Right.
Is it true that you watched the Joshua fight on Air Force One?
I watched it. I watched you, and I thought you were very brave. He's a pretty big guy. He's good. And he's legit. Look, he's a legitimate fighter. And I thought you were great. You did yourself no harm.
No.
Other than your chin, maybe.
Other than the jaw, which is healing. How big is the TV on Air Force One? That was
Good.
what I was...
It's good. It's good. The best you can have, I tell you. They view it as cost is no object, right? But it was good. I got to see that. I really watched it. We had a whole plane full of people watching you. And if size mattered,
Yeah.
then I said he's going to be in trouble. And they say it matters.
I got into the ring with him, and I realized he was much bigger than I thought.
You didn't see that like at a weigh-in or
No,
anything?
not at the weigh-in, not at the press conference. And then I got in the ring. I just saw his size, and I was just like, okay, this is going to be a tough night.
So who do you fight next?
It's a good question. I think Francis
Would you ever fight him again? No.
No, I don't think so. I think I need to go stay at my weight class.
I think so, right?
Maybe doing some MMA. We're promoting fights now
Right.
on Netflix. We got Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Maybe Usyk in MMA.
Right,
Francis
very good.
Ngannou, Ryan Garcia, maybe Tommy Fury. There's a lot of. Who would
Well,
you want to
they
see me
say-
fight?
Well, I probably Khabib. How about Khabib?
I'm down.
You know, I think he's been just great. When they say who is the best of those, I mean, I've had a lot of fights. I've had Mike Tyson and a lot of them. That
Yeah.
was great.
Have you ever been in a fight? I heard a rumor about you like helping Kobe one time at a game. Is that
That was
a
a
true
long
story?
time ago. That was.
Is this a
Yeah,
true
it's-
story?
Well, it wasn't a fight. I was breaking up a fight.
Okay, okay.
Which sometimes is more dangerous than being in a fight, right? But no, I like Kobe. Kobe was having a hard time with somebody, and it worked out fine. But yeah, I broke it up. Probably not a smart thing to do. Historically, it's never good to break up fights.
Yeah, I try to de-escalate situations a lot. But you're gonna be at UFC 250.
I will be. It's going to be amazing at the White House. And Dana's a great guy. He's a good fan of yours, you know.
Yes.
But Dana's a good guy, the best. I mean, there's nobody like him. And he had the idea of staging it right at the front door of the White House. We'll be right in the front door of the White House. And he's got a tremendous card. I don't even know if it's filled out, but I just saw it, and it looks like it's going to be, you know, all top guys. They all want to fight at the White House, so it's going to be in honor of the 250th year. So it'll
Yeah.
be great.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see Sean O'Malley. He's the homie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's a great fighter. And that's what I wanted to ask. So you went from boxing promotion, apprentice, TV shows, and then eventually, you know, obviously real estate, and then eventually was like, okay, I'm gonna go into politics. How did that transition happen? Because like I see myself wanting to get more into this world. I believe it's the biggest way to create impact and change
Would
in
you
America.
ever run for office?
I think so. That's what I'm asking for some advice. Like, how did you make that transition, and was it hard?
So, yeah, I don't know. I had to do it. You know, it's hard. A lot of people talk about it. You had to do it. And I had one shot left because you get to a certain age, you have a few years left. You got about 40 years to make the decision. But I had one shot. You know, the timing was good. But if I waited longer, it wouldn't have been good because of the clock, you know, the famous clock.
Yeah.
Father time.
Yeah.
And so I had to make a decision, do I do it? And I made it, but I was thinking about it for years. I used to talk about it because I was well known. I was very well known. I was successful, did well, loved real estate. Then we had The Apprentice. Mark Burnett was great. And we did, you know, I did lots of #1 bestsellers. My books were all bestsellers. And I see we have magazines. I was on this magazine so much. I'm looking at that picture. What are you doing to me? Show me that picture.
This is the coolest magazine cover of all time.
Yeah, well, it's like
Was it like hot on your ear? Could you feel the bullet?
you had that throbbing feeling. You knew there was something. It was a bloody mess. What happens is, well, you know this better than anybody. The ear bleeds more because I said, why is there so much blood? And the ear's a big bleeder, having to do with cartilage. I didn't want to go into it too much, but it was bloody as hell. So when I checked, I put my hand up. I said, you know, I brought it down, and it was loaded up. So I said, that's either the biggest mosquito bite in history, or I just got shot. And that was not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, my like adrenaline was pumping. I'm sure your adrenaline was pumping. Like when my jaw was broken, I just couldn't really feel it.
Oh, so
that
you
much.
knew that you had a broke, and you
No, my brother told me. I was talking to him, and my teeth were like in the center of my mouth, and he was like, "Yo, I think your jaw is broken." And then I like grabbed it. And
But when he was
realized-
hitting you, you didn't feel the.
it was the
extra
last punch.
It was
where
the
he hit
last
me.
punch?
Yeah, the very last punch of the fight that did it. So
Wow.
that's when I like went to the floor and was like, "Whoa."
Was that hard to recover from?
Yeah, it's still healing.
It's still healing?
Yeah, I'm not able to fight till later this year.
Will that heal perfectly though? Eventually,
Hopefully.
it won't be. It won't have lasting impact, right? I hope.
No, I think it'll be able to grow back stronger. Hopefully, so.
It's amazing because, you know, I've known a lot about fights. I've hosted a lot of fights over the years. And it was amazing when you started doing this. I said, it's not possible for, I call it a civilian, for a civilian to beat a professional boxer. Because I've seen, even if they were much older, because, you know, they've been the best fighters and all. And at first I said, well, is this really happening? Because, you know, you were beating guys, UFC guys who weren't retired that long.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think it was possible. And then I realized, you know, you really are the real deal. The one problem is this last guy was so big
Yeah.
and talented. Didn't he win the Olympics too? On top
Yeah,
of
gold
everything?
medalist.
You didn't need this.
No, I know. People said I was crazy.
Would you have done it again knowing how it worked out?
Yeah, I don't have any regrets on it, and I love a challenge, and it motivated me to get better. And the experience of being in the ring with someone that good and someone that big, I think moving forward, the next people I fight, it's gonna be like a lot easier actually. So I think it was good experience, but I think that's defying the odds, which is like what you've done as well. When everyone says you can't do it, do you have advice for younger people for going against the tide, going against the wind, and just
Well, the
locking in?
biggest victories are when you go against the wind.
Yeah.
Right? Go against what everyone thinks like can't be done. Those are the biggest victories. They're usually the most lucrative too, even in business. You know, when you hit it, it's a bigger hit. But like, I just said I'm going to do it. I was thinking about it for so long, and sometimes people would say, like, you ought to do it, or don't talk about it. My wife actually said, do it, or don't talk about it. I'd watch these guys, and like at debates, I say, I could kill him. I mean, that guy's nothing like you. That guy's nothing.
Yeah.
And I said, there's no way he could beat me in a debate. And she said, all right, so do it, or don't do it, but don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I actually said, I wasn't sure if I liked that too much. But she would actually say, our first lady is now a movie star, okay? So
Yeah.
on top of everything else, she's now first lady and a movie star. A movie
seen the
is
doc.
the #1 movie, can you believe it? But she'd say, do it or don't do it. It's okay, but don't talk about it. And if you do it, you're going to win. You know that, don't you? I said, no. If you do it, you're going to win. But do it or don't do it. It's okay. Either way is okay.
Yeah.
So you have to do it. And like you said, you have that little bug, and it is a bug. You know, being a politician, it is a bug. I think there was nothing like in history when I won the first time. You know, that was the most unbelievable thing. And then coming back, some people would say it was bigger than the first time. I got cheated, and the second, I did great. It's like somebody cheating in a fight, and it's coming out. All that stuff is coming out now. But in a way, it made the second victory bigger, much bigger. And it was just, you know, it's a great feeling. Winning is a good thing, you know, winning, and whether it's in politics, whether it's in fighting, winning is amazing.
Yep.
There's no feeling like winning.
Yep.
And most people don't think they can win. Most people, I actually think some people don't want to win. You understand that?
Yeah, they
don't
want to
wanna
be
win.
victimized and feel
They
bad
wanna
for
be- yeah, they wanna-
themselves.
This weird thing going on.
I would
So-
rather lose. That was what I was saying with Joshua. Is I'd rather lose and get embarrassed, but the chance of me winning, it could be the greatest upset.
Yeah, but
in
you weren't
sports.
embarrassed because,
No.
first of all, he was so much bigger.
Yeah.
Look, one thing I've seen in fighting, if somebody's like 4 pounds heavier, it's a different weight class.
Yeah.
And it's hard to beat somebody that's even a little bit heavier. And with a guy that was like 60, 70 pounds heavier, right? At
Yeah.
least.
No, exactly.
So it's you did. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man. This is my brand, which is all about winning. So it's funny you're saying that. Made in the USA. I know you're all about bringing jobs back to America. I don't know.
That's
if you
good
could
looking, though.
Thank you, man. Get
Go buy
W.
it. Go buy it, Mega. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
we're
good.
in Walmarts and really
Good.
hitting like the heart of America, but made in the USA. And I know you want to bring more jobs. And I think my generation, I think, is in a weird place with like going to school, getting jobs. AI is coming. Give any advice to my generation of people of where to go, where to look, what jobs, manufacturing,
Yeah.
how can they get more active and get more opportunities in front of them?
So you know this better than anybody. Because I get this question a lot. What do you do?
Yeah.
You always have to find something you love doing.
Yeah.
Like, I tell people their father wants them to go into business and he hates the business, and the father's successful, they're pushing the son. You've got to do something you like, or you're just not going to be successful at it if you don't. With that being said, try and like something that's where there's a future. Like the hot thing right now is AI.
Yeah.
If you know the AI thing, you're going to get an unbelievable, crazy job at ridiculous numbers you never thought of. That could cool off. Maybe it's going to cool off, but right now. So if you like computers and all of that, it's not a bad thing. Go into an industry. There are some industries. Retailing's always tough. There are some industries that are tough. If you love it, do it. But if you can love something with it where it's got a lot of potential, you're much better off doing that. I have friends that are really smart. They went into businesses that are very, very tough. And they lost, they work. They're smarter than other people I know, but they're in the wrong industry.
Yeah.
If they were in the right industry, they'd do much better. So try picking something that's got potential, and you have to love what you do.
Yeah. That's what I've always told people is like turn your hobby into your job. I mean, me and my brother were filming videos and look at, where it's gotten to today and just
When did you know
chase
you
that.
were going to be a fighter, though? Wasn't that later?
It was later. I didn't start fighting until I was like 21. Basically, these other YouTube kids started talking smack. And sort of like you with the debates, I was like, I can beat this kid up.
Right.
And so I just started training overnight to become a fighter. And I fell in love with it. And it actually became my top priority.
But did you build up, or were you always like a very strong guy?
I was a strong guy. I had athletic background, Ohio Division I football, Division I wrestling, played sports growing up. So I definitely had the athletic prowess. But at the time, I was like on Disney Channel, so I hadn't been training for a long time. So it definitely took me a little bit to get back into it.
So your brother's a great guy, too. And it's sort of similar. I mean, it's very unusual. And he's a good fighter.
Yeah.
Who's a better fighter, you or him?
I am, sir.
Huh?
I am, sir. He knows that too, but he's a better WWE wrestler. But I think that
Is that true? He's
yeah.
a better, really?
Yeah, he's incredible at WWE.
Wow, that's great.
He's my favorite. I think they need to make him the champion one day.
That's great.
Yeah, but if we fought, I think he knows what would happen. I love you, Logan, but
Do you ever fight him?
people want us to. I just don't think we really want to. But I think it would probably
It's hard to smash your brother.
exactly. I just
Typically,
love him.
it hasn't
It's
worked
not
out.
the move.
There've been some cases like that. Has it worked out?
Yeah, I think it would be one of the biggest fights out there. But-
So what is this show all about? Tell me. And I'm doing this out of respect for you. Because I'm the president of the United States, and I'm sitting here with Jake, and I'm saying, you think Joe Biden would do this interview?
No.
I don't think so. He wouldn't know where the hell he is. No, but I'm the president and I'm doing this show.
Yeah.
And I'm only doing it for one reason, because I respect you. It's
Thank you.
very interesting, right?
No, and I think that's such a big reason why you connected with the youth in the last election was going out there. Your team hasn't even told me what to say or any limits, talk about anything, and so
See, that's because they're not doing
that's
their
respect.
job.
That's really
I could say they're not doing their job.
No. But I think that was a massive reason on you connecting with the youth, and I think I'm open to talking to anyone, and I don't think the other side is really open to it. I don't know what the issue is. I think my brother tried to interview Kamala and you as well, and they just, I think, are scared of actually sitting down and
They were,
chatting.
not me.
No,
Your
you,
brother was great.
Yeah, you crushed it.
Joe Rogan was a great interview. He did 300 million people.
Yeah.
And then she didn't want to do it, which I guess she should have. I don't know. It's funny. It was I did him, and I did some other guys who were really great guys. Barron, my son Barron, I have a very tall son.
Yeah.
And he's a smart guy, and he's a good kid. But he listens to you. First time I ever heard your name was through my son, and he knew a lot of I don't know if you call them podcasters or influencers or whatever you want to call them, but he'd give me some names that I never heard of. And they were very important to, because I won with youth. I did great with youth.
Yeah.
Republicans, for whatever reason, don't do great with youth, and I did unbelievably in TikTok. And then Barron said, Dad, you got to do Joe Rogan. And we wanted to do it. We were talking about it for a long time, about not even this, about other things, not politics, even before politics for me. But we had a great talk. It lasted for 3.5 hours. And You call that long form, right? That was,
Yeah.
and it was like a nice conversation with a great guy. He's like a great guy. And she should have done it, I guess, but she didn't do it. And we had a great election. This was a great election. And the country's doing unbelievably well. This country, I mean, we did this excursion. We had to do it, wipe out evil. You know, sometimes you have evil. And for 47 years, they've been killing people, you know,
Yeah.
in the most violent way. The roadside bombs all over the place. That was 95% of them are from Iran. Soleimani, that was the one. We took him out. We did a lot of things, the B-2 bombers, and all of this whole thing that we're doing now is people have waited for 47 years for it to happen. So we have to do it right. But our military has been unbelievable.
No, and I commend you for your bravery, and I think so many Iranians do as well. And I was a bit shocked too. Like everyone else in the world was like, "This is the greatest thing," and I think what you're doing is phenomenal. And I was shocked that so many activists like in America didn't like it, but meanwhile they're like, "Oh, well, we support women. We want women to have all these rights." Meanwhile, you're liberating the women of Iran, and then they have an issue with it. I thought that was very confusing.
We support gays, but they throw gays off the buildings,
Yeah,
okay? We support this. I mean, the things they do, and they're fighting. But I think I have tremendous support on this. This is something that's been incredible. I have the best poll numbers I've ever had now.
Yeah.
And it's not because of this. I think we've just, you know, the economy is great. It's a little bit of we take a little winding road for a little while, but we have to wipe out the evil. It's an evil curse. They're evil people. And hey, we wiped out their Navy. We wiped out their Air Force. We wiped out everything there is to wipe out. We wiped out their leadership twice. The second time they were meeting to pick which one of them would be the leader, they got wiped out. Now they're looking for a third time. I don't know. People say the sun, but nobody knows where the sun is. The military has been unbelievable. You know, I built the military. I had a great first term, and I built the military. We had the best economy in history in my first term. We built the military in the first term. I didn't know I'd use it so much, but you look at Venezuela, which has worked out incredibly well.
Yeah.
That was a great military attack.
Was it strategic to go after Maduro first and secure the Venezuelan oil, and then go after Iran?
So no, it wasn't time-wise. It wasn't. It was with Iran. We knew we had to do something because they were going to be attacking us. If we didn't attack them, they were going to attack us, and we did it first. And by going first, we wiped out thousands of missiles that would have been shot. And you know, you can shoot them down, but you need a lot of very expensive weaponry to shoot them down. We wiped out thousands and thousands of missiles by going early, and it, you know, it made a big difference. No, Venezuela was the right time. They've been after Maduro for a long time. They were sending drugs. I mean, they were sending drugs into our country. You've seen it.
Yeah.
They were sending the most violent prisoners. They emptied their prisons. They let them into our country, and it was just the right time. I mean, so it was had nothing to do with. It was an interesting question because people say, "Well, you did so well with Venezuela. Did that give you the spirit or the confidence to go?" And nothing to do with it. We had some negotiations where I would have preferred making a deal. I guess. I don't know. Look, I wasn't that anxious to make a deal. That it would have to be a really good deal. They had to get. The number one thing is they cannot have nuclear weapons. Okay. Because a nuclear weapon, they have a nuclear weapon, bad things, they would have wiped Israel off the face of the planet. Our timing on that was incredible. If we didn't do the B-2 attack, the B-2 is the attack of the nuclear, they would have had a nuclear weapon. If they had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it in the Middle East against Israel and other countries. And you saw that recently when they're shooting all these missiles. We didn't know what was happening because we're saying, wait a minute, we're going after them. And they're shooting Saudi Arabia, and they're shooting Qatar, and they're shooting UAE, and they're shooting all these other countries, and nobody knew what was going on. You saw that.
Yeah, they're just wreaking havoc.
No, they
on
made
everything.
well. They were trying to frighten them, but
Yeah.
they didn't get frightened. It was the opposite. They fought back.
Yeah.
And they were on our side. But our military has done a great job.
Yeah, no, it's been incredible to watch. I have another question they're wanting us to wrap up here, but I always ask people this question. I think it's super interesting. If you could come back in history and reincarnate and like be able to experience someone else's life, who would you come back in history as?
That's a very interesting question. Maybe Donald Trump right now.
Yeah.
I think Donald Trump right now. My life is very exciting. I have to be honest. I'm thinking about other lives. I think my life is maybe more exciting. I don't know. Look, I've had a great time. I just, I started off with the phrase, "Make America Great Again." Our country was in trouble. We were doing badly. 2015, we had the open border, nothing like it was under Biden, but it was bad. A lot of people coming in, bad people from jails, from mental institutions, gang members, murderers. We had 11,888 murderers come into our country. Got them out. We're getting most of them out. We're trying to get all of them out. They should have never been allowed in. But we had a bad border when I first came in. I won on the border twice. I won the first time and other things, and business and other things. But I won the first time on the border, fixed it almost immediately, built almost 1,000 miles of road. The second time, I say the border is back. I'm going to win on the border a second time. But the second time, because we had a great border the first, after I got it going. And then the second time, now we've had nobody come into our country in the last 9 months. I mean, like literally nobody. And that's given out by Democrats. That's not by. We had millions of people pour into our country. You know the story. And they came in from jails. These are from all countries all over the world. The Congo. They came in from all over South America. So.
And are you guys targeting the bad actors specifically? Because I believe there's so many amazing people who have come to the country that are awesome immigrants.
Yeah.
And it's like, how are you guys, deciphering between?
We're really looking for the bad ones more than anything else. We got to get the bad ones out. We have, I told you, 11,888 murderers came. More than 50% murdered more than one person. And we have them, either they're gone, some are so bad we don't want to bring them back to a country. Yeah. They came in from other countries, rough countries, and we put them in jail because we don't want them to come back. We don't want them ever back here. They're really dangerous. Washington, D.C. was a very dangerous place. Now it's the safest city. It's as safe as any city in the country. We took it from 2 to 3 murders a week to no murders a week. We did a good job. Our military did it. We put the military there. They did a great job, the National Guard. No, we're doing a good job, and people like it, and that's all I want. I just want to be a president that's done a great job. We had to bring the country back. So the term MAGA, Make America Great Again, it was such a great term. And that's what I've done, because literally a year and a half ago, we had a country that was laughed at all over the world. You know that. They were laughing.
Yeah, we were just not respected.
Nobody respected
No one
us.
respected the leadership.
We had a country that was laughed at. The king of Saudi Arabia told me, he said, a year and a half ago, your country was dead. And now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world, and we do. And it's guys like you that make it hot.
Thank you.
It's guys like you, and it's presidents
We're
like me
trying,
that
we're
have
trying.
interviews with guys like you. But I think you're great, and congratulations to your fiancée, I think,
Yes,
right?
fiance. She's the best.
She just
She's
won a gold medal, I tell you, and I watched her win that gold medal, and nobody had a chance.
Yeah.
They didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
That wasn't even fair, right?
No, she's a legend. I'm so proud of her. It was the
no.
greatest thing I've ever witnessed in person,
No.
and to be a part of
She's
it.
a great person, beautiful. You're not allowed to say beautiful. It's the end of your political
she's
career, but you know what? She's beautiful.
Melania's beautiful as
yeah,
well.
she is. She's doing great. She's doing a good job.
Look at us complimenting.
Yeah, well, it's nice. Nice when you can do that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
No
just want to
fear.
congratulate you. Great job.
Thank you, man.
You're a young guy, but you have done some incredible job,
Thank you.
and so different.
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm just hitting stride. I'm 29, and I look up to you and your American, story, the American dream, and that's what I want to do is inspire other kids who are watching this right now to chase their American dream, because it's possible. I'm, from a couple hours away from here, coming back to Ohio to do this interview is just a
Right.
dream come true.
Well, I love Ohio. It's been good to me. We won in a landslide.
Yeah.
We won
Crushed
everything
it.
practically in a landslide.
Florida
It's-
crushed it.
It's good. Florida,
Georgia.
Texas, all of them. It's been a great time. I've had a great time, and it's been a real experience. But much more important is to just take this country and bring it back, and it's really back. It's really back.
Yeah, I feel it. No, and I think everyone else feels it as well. And I think the momentum's growing, and
Yep.
we really appreciate
Respect.
you.
They have to respect our country, right?
Yep.
And to do that, they have to respect your leader.
Yep.
So I appreciate it. You
I
just take
appreciate
care.
it.
Say hello to your brother, okay?
I will.
Thank you.
It's so funny when I allow people to just watch something different, right? Just watch something different, and just see how they still can't switch. They just can't switch. I'm gonna tell you why I don't block the crazy vet that we have on here. He has served in the military for 2 decades. Sometimes people can't switch. I don't blame him. Now I will block his ass if he's pissing me off, but I don't blame him. And there's a lot of people out there that have the same issue. They can't switch. They can't switch their mentality to start using common sense. You know, I know that you guys don't understand this, and you probably don't understand this. I'm not the guy, like if I was doing radio show, I want you to know when I did radio show, it was more of it was a different sort of entertainment, okay? When I did radio, my voice, because I'm more calm, my voice goes down deeper, and so people don't know that I'm the one talking on the radio sometimes. Until after a while, you hear me talking, my accent still kind of comes through there, whatever. But that's not what this show is about, because, I talk about some religion, but you will always notice that I am never trying to convince somebody to religion. I just share to you what I believe, and people just can't switch. You can't switch. Vet, it says, I won't deny my oath to the Constitution. That's what supporting Trump is. Well, I think that you just corrected yourself on that statement, if I read it right. You mean that's what supporting Trump is? Denying? Is that what you're saying? It's okay. Yeah, you can say that, but you've been enough times in my show to realize that you are entitled to your opinion, but not to your own facts. And the facts are that everything that President Donald Trump has been doing, in my eyes, and the way that I interpret the Constitution, it has been all legit. He hasn't been lying. You have to understand something. The president, you have to understand something. The president has a vision, just as I do. There are things that I wish we could do, but at least the things that I wish we can do, I know that it would be a problem to enact on it, okay? To act on it. He has a group of lawyers, constitutional lawyers. He has all this whole group of people that know the law, what's constitutional, what's not. He has advisors. He has all this stuff. And I'm not making excuses for him. Maybe he will do something that is unconstitutional, but at the same time, like for example, this whole tariff thing, right? That the judges, they disagree with the way he's exercising them, and they call that, I guess, unconstitutional or illegal or something, right? But they didn't say that he couldn't use tariffs. That's not what he said. That's not what the judge's decision was. And so is there a better way to do it? Sure. But it's not that putting tariffs is unconstitutional or illegal. It has nothing to do with that. And you have to understand that. But this is what I say. You don't know how to switch. You're stuck. You can't see anything else. You would like me to give you the benefit of doubt, I'm sure, right? Like, for example, Team Jacob. There's not the first time that I hear that he's a draft dodger, okay? But the fact is that a lot of the people that say, oh, draft dodger, are probably the same people that lost it in the military. People that didn't cut it. So Vet, I give you credit that you've done this couple of decades serving in the military, but that doesn't mean that you were perfect. That doesn't mean that you didn't make mistakes. And I just think that people that think that way are very hypocritical. I make mistakes. I can acknowledge that I make mistakes. Why can't you? Why can't you give the benefit of doubt that he's trying the best that he can? If you complain about the tariffs, you never, not once, have you sided with me when I complain about local taxes. You not once ever sided when I complain about business taxes, payroll taxes, property taxes, death taxes, inheritance taxes, asset taxes, wealth taxes, income taxes. Nothing, not once have you ever agreed with me that any of those things puts a weight away on the American people. You talk about tariffs as if this has been destroying the economy. But let's remember, during Biden's administration, what destroyed our economy? It was no tariffs. And the only tariffs that were during the Biden administration was the ones that President Trump put from his first term. And we were getting some money back. At least we were getting some money back. So I want to hear, where is the outrage? Why is it always Trump? Why isn't it anybody else? What is everybody else doing to help? My point is, Vet, it's that you're putting all this pressure on one man, but you're not dividing the responsibility. Remember that the president is the commander-in-chief of the country, but governors are the commander-in-chiefs of every state. It's sort of like having a regional manager and managers. The regional manager obviously has more responsibility, makes more money, but by the way, we don't pay taxes to pay his salary. He don't take a salary. But then you have governors that just hide. They hide their fraud. They can't be honest. They look at other people. It doesn't matter if he's a draft dodger. We don't have mandatory enlistment. Stop being retarded. Don't be retarded. I will call you names. If you're being retarded, I'm going to call you out on it. It is not mandatory. It doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you what tariffs are doing, that local taxes are doing. Oh my gosh, please pay attention. Pay attention, and I'm going to tell you something right now. Everybody listening to what I'm about to tell you right now, it's really common sense, but it's going to be a great revelation to you. And I want you to look at it this way, because it is biblical that many will call good bad and bad good. I'm going to tell you right now. You say President Trump's tariffs are evil. They are a burden on the people. Pay attention so that I don't have to argue with you every day. You say that a burden is hurting the American people, is hurting the economy. And what is it doing? It brought a lot of nations. Every single nation came in, and now we're negotiating. We're bringing manufacturers back. You don't believe me? Talk to a Democrat that hated President Donald Trump in Michigan, and now she praises him. Not because she's a Trumpster, but because she acknowledges that those manufacturers are being built in Michigan, to where none of the Biden administration, none of the Democrats wanted to do. Instead, what they wanted to do was to make themselves rich and China. Watch the difference. Those tariffs that you say are a burden on the people, I don't feel it. I don't see it. So I don't give a damn about it. That's what you guys do when something that Trump does that benefits a lot of people and not you. That's your mentality. Now watch this. It brought people to negotiate. It brought people to the table. It even brought China to his knees, so to speak. NATO was not happy. Now they have no choice. This is why Omar, my little brother in here, who repeats the words of President Trump, once we were a dead country, but now we're the hottest. That, my friends, tariffs. Now watch this. Trump is bringing jobs back. It's trying to do the best that he can to bring these jobs back. And the libtards, or the people on the left, just want to trash him for making mistakes along the way instead of helping avoid those mistakes. And here is the biggest truth, and that you all on the left side of the aisle neglect to acknowledge or decide not to acknowledge. But this is what it's doing. They have raised, and I'm talking about Democrats in power, they have raised taxes, like I just mentioned a bunch of them. They have raised taxes like crazy. You know what they are doing? They're doing the opposite of what President Donald Trump's tariffs are doing. You can say, oh, it's President Trump's fault. Guess what? We have a mass migration of businesses, corporations, millionaires leaving Washington state. And we're not like this big, huge, rich state. California, same thing. Oh my gosh, all these millionaires, billionaires are leaving. And you guys want to stay retarded with the narrative and the rhetoric from the left media who doesn't like you. You come in here with your propaganda that we're the evil ones. This is what you were trained. This is what you were taught. But I don't see none of you doing anything to help the United States of America. And instead of helping, they decided to side with illegal immigrants. How the hell does that happen? Why is it that Democrats are so retarded? Why are you all so retarded that you don't see evil when it's right in front of your face? Many Americans that were on the Democratic Party got out there and voted for President Trump. Democrats continue to fear-monger everybody. And you keep eating the pudding. You keep drinking that dumb Kool-Aid that just makes you dumber. It does not help you. Giving you welfare makes your children lazy, and they most likely will become criminals because they have no purpose. They don't know what the purpose of life is because of your lazy ass and your naive, gullible mentality. You got to call it like it is. I cannot give you a better example. The taxes that the local government is putting on the people is making businesses and people move to other states that don't abuse them or punish them because they're being successful and they're being rewarded for their hard work and investments. President Trump tariffs are bringing jobs back to America, whether you like it or not. Decades into the making, and President Trump in 1 year has already got the gear started. I don't expect tariffs to take any effect for years. And we already see results. You may not see them in your blue state, but that's your fault because you keep voting for those dumbasses to be in office. And it doesn't matter how horrible they are. It doesn't matter how horrible they are. You keep voting them in. Now I'll say this, you have some libtards on the left, and then you have loyal Democrats. But I want you to think about this. I don't need Democrats. I don't need Republicans. I need American people to stand together so that we can put this country first. We're doing an attack in Iran. If we keep sitting in idle, and if we keep doing nothing, people on the left side will always say we are fighting Israel's war. The mentality and the ignorance that goes around the mind of so many people, it's unbearable. It is unbelievable. Do you see Qatar attacking Israel? Do you see any other countries attacking Israel? Except for the same group of terrorist Muslims? Hamas, Hezbollah, the Ayatollah, the blue fishes, what are they called? The Somalian pirates. Those are the people that we need to fight against. And the reason why the Hormuz Canal is so dangerous right now is because we have allowed it to happen. We have been blindfolded this whole time, but no more. No more. And I don't care if you disagree with this. It is the truth. And you can call me a liar, that's fine. But it is the truth. You guys want to be politically correct. You wanna stand with the Democrats who believe in communist, Marxist, socialist ideologies, and you're wrong about that. Vilma says you have Americans doing snatch and grabs and they just get a slap on the hand. Well, I'm going to say something. The left are not helping. They're making the job harder. I mentioned this before. Every single illegal immigrant that has come into this country in the last 5 years, they look exactly like we all do. The best thing that we can do is cooperate. Stop obstructing. Stop impeding. Stop being stupid, ignorant people cursing at the federal agents without you even know what the hell they're doing there. It's very simple. Get the hell out the way. It's not rocket science. What is Marxism? This guy don't even know what Marxism is. What is Marxism? You go ahead and tell me. You tell me the definition. You can always Google it yourself. Let's just say that Marxism, it is the foundation for which socialists come from. And at the moment that the socialists destroy the little that we have in resources, the government becomes communist. Because they destroy, that's the word in Spanish, the derrochan, they waste all the resources, all the money that they collect from the taxpayer dollars, but they do nothing to refund those dollars. And all they think is, let me just go ahead and take more for the people that have more and then give it to the ones that don't want to work. And when that plan fails, then you start destroying businesses. Then you start taking away from people. And then you go and fight and try to destroy the other party and start grabbing political opponents. See, Democrats have been trying to do that shit over here in the States with President Trump. They spent 4 years, hundreds of millions of dollars going after Trump. One after another false accusation. Till this day, they keep lying about this, how this video, a compromising video of President Trump that will put him in jail forever, and nothing has happened for years. They lie. Crackhead goes over there and says, he did this when I was 13. Oh, he raped me. You know what? Turned out to be a lie. And she took it back. Unbelievable. I don't play stupid. I don't play stupid. There is no hairs in my tongue, and I will say what I have to say. I support ICE 100%. Do I believe that anybody who does step out of line from ICE, they got to be fired? I don't stand for that BS as well. So just so you know. because there is a lot of police officers that I respect, and there's a lot of police officers that I'm very disappointed in. It doesn't matter what amount of training they give. It doesn't matter. When the citizens revolt, when the citizens go out there and start making all this noise, number one, I don't understand why the police, I don't care if you think that you're using your First Amendment right, you're not. You're not using your First Amendment right, because the First Amendment right says that you have the right to vote peacefully. Peaceably. That's how you protest. But you morons on the left side of the aisle, you guys like to go over there with making all this noise, keeping people, residents from sleeping, making all this commotion. You know what you call that? What do you call that? There's a word. What do you call that when you're out there disturbing the peace and making all this noise? What do you call that? And that you should be arrested for? Is it just disturbing the peace? Is that it? No, there's another word. I can't think of the word in English. But you out there acting like an ass, and you're violating everybody else's rights to live peacefully. You are disrupting. You're going out there blowing whistles. That pisses me off. You're going out there blowing whistles, and you're going out there banging on drums. You go and harass and riot and destroy hotels and businesses because you're protesting. Shut the hell up. I have no patience for stupidity. No patience. You go out there and disturb the peace, you should be arrested. Not one police officer has gone out there and arrested the people disturbing the peace. Not one police officer was sent on these blue cities, because they're sanctuary cities, to keep and maintain the peace. One time I saw a video in New York where actual police officers were escorting the people from ICE to get out of the city. And all of the people that were protesting peacefully were throwing garbage and throwing all this plant vases and all this stuff on the street, garbage everywhere. There's no littering charges. There was no incarceration for obstructing officers, federal agents. None of that. So who am I going to blame for accidents? Who am I going to blame for these people that lost their lives? Not ICE. It doesn't matter how many years of training or months of training. We're humans. We get triggered. We're passionate. We had a nervous system. You want to defend rebelliousness. You should be appalled by it. Littering is an offense. There is a fine. There is a fee. And guess what? They push officers. Nobody gets a ticket, is my point. Getting in front of vehicles, obstructing federal agents, it is an offense, a felony offense. You should be glad that thousands, hundreds of thousands of those retards on the street are not arrested and in prison, all packed up and jammed like sardines at the secret jails. I try to give you guys a chance to stay on the chat and give me an argument. Let's talk. But you retards just sit there putting nonsense on the chat. I'm giving you a chance. Here we go. Let's do this. Show me who you are. Go ahead. And we're gonna pause a little bit here on my X, and we'll come back because there's more little clips that I want to show to people who want to actually stay. Go ahead and call me and tell me why. I want you to tell me why you don't like, that's right. All right, I want you to tell me why you don't like ICE agents, but I also want you to tell me what should citizens do when protesting. I want you to be honest with yourself. What is it that protesters can and cannot do? I want you to tell me that, because the last time that I checked, they beat up a man who was protesting, who was counter-protesting the protesters. Not one peep from the left. Only thing I know is they clapped, they celebrated. There's a phone number right there. Let me take this off so that it's open and you guys can call. Go ahead and tell me why you hate ICE. You guys already heard everything that I said. Protest. First Amendment does not say go disrupt. First Amendment says go protest peacefully. Don't find words to suit your narrative. It's very straightforward. So what if it means disrupt? It doesn't mean go obstruct and impede. It doesn't mean go get in front of federal agents' cars. It doesn't mean go try to run over the federal agents. It doesn't mean go resist arrest while you have a loaded weapon on you. Common sense, come on. It's not something new. That was the police in LA. That was police. That was police, not ICE. And as I said, it doesn't matter how many years of training or experience. If you go out there and act like a jackass, act like an animal, you will be treated like an animal. Too many innocent people have been hurt and killed because of that stupid mentality. We're protesting. Are you kidding me? You're gonna make me dig through my little folder, even though I deleted a bunch of my stuff already. Let's see what we got. Let me see if I got something old to show you. There we go. I think I still have some. Let me see. Because you people don't understand why we have to do the things that we have to do. You guys think that violence doesn't exist, and you think that only ICE agents are violent when they're retaliating against rebelliousness? Well, here, this is what happens when people do not respect the law. If they not respect police officers, this is what happens to you. Say something. Say something about that violence. Show me that you really care. All I'm asking is stop talking shit about ICE and not holding anybody else accountable for. You keep saying that it's okay to go protest, to go and do this dumb shit that these people have done. You might think that's pretty good, but it's not. It's not. Look at the kind of role models that you have on the left.
I went to pick up my daughter from water polo practice, and she's 12, and she got in the car and she was crying. And I said, did someone punch you? Like, water polo is a rough sport. I was like, did someone hit you? Did the coach yell at you? What happened? And she said, Mom, Trump won. Trump's going to win. And what if I get raped and I need to have an abortion? This is from a 12-year-old, my 12-year-old daughter.
From a 12-year-old daughter. And who taught her that? Who lied to that child? Who has been teaching her that hate on hearsay? No facts, no truth, no proof, no condemnation, nothing. And this idiot happens to be a fake Democrat, has already taught her 12-year-old daughter to hate President Donald Trump. Indoctrination is very serious. It is very real. Let me see. I love this. Look, check this out. Let me take a comment here from Emperor. He said, Dennis, it is 9 at night. We aren't losers like you who are in their basements screaming at the tip of your lungs. Probably thinking about tip of your lungs. Sure. What the hell are you doing here? You see how retarded you are? You come and make comments like that, but you just insult yourself. This guy. These people make me sick. Let me see if I got more in here that... The dumb people from the left. I wish that more people from the left will take common sense and come and join us. And all those retards on the far right as well. What's this? Not that one. Look at this. Traitors like this one defending illegal immigrants.
Herrera, you were saying you were a U.S. Marine?
I'm a Marine, proud to serve, baby.
How long did you serve?
2005.
What do you have to say about President Trump sending
It's
National
not
Guard?
right, bro. You know what I mean? This country and this state runs with immigrants. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm a son of parents that came from Mexico. You know what I mean? It's not right. It's not right. You could take the criminals away. What do you want to take hardworking people for, man? That's not cool. Not cool, bro.
Herrera, you were saying you were a U.S. Marine?
Proud to serve in the Marines. Is that right? And what did you go to the Marines and fight at? Whatever you served. Did you go serve for foreigners, for illegal immigrants to be in this country? Or did you go fight, as your oath said, for the American people? Who did you go fight? These traitors. This is what I'm talking about. So, yeah, some people get mad at me because I hit on vets. Well, it is what it is. Here is something that you don't care. You did not stand for ICE, and yet this is what happened in L.A.
You know, let's hope that no one is hurt and no one is injured, and it doesn't escalate from here. Look at the flag. Yeah, Guy, I see
there it is.
You
Mexican flag can, you know.
Mexican flag. Burning, destroying our city, and the libtards want to say, oh, we're protesting, we're disrupting. Oh, ICE agents, they're so violent. The ICE agents, they're snatching citizens and deporting them. Retards, where do you think they're deporting them to if they're American citizens? You see a man raising the Mexican flag as they destroy American property. Does that not look like a terrorist to you? Because it does to me. That's not a protester. Common sense, maybe it's not so common. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Exhibit 5. Yes, let's beat up the orange man. Let's allow this sort of symbolic violence against the POTUS, against the president that we, by the way, elected. We won the democracy. Look at that. Mexican flags, Salvadorian flags, Honduran flags. That garbage cannot go unchecked. What do you have to say to these people? Go ahead. All you people are talking shit in there. Let's show me. Tell me. Let me see this peaceful guys. Look at this, guys. There's no violence against ICE. It's just mainly peaceful. It's mainly peaceful. Let's take a look. Look at that. Peaceful protesting. Yeah. Look at this. Rock, boom. Broken glass, boom. Sticks, rocks. Defend that. Defend that violence and tell me why ICE agents shot somebody. Look at this, guys. They got nothing better to do. They got nothing better to do. Sure, let's burn this for no reason. while I wear my Mexican flag. Look at this guy. Trying to put out the fire with some water. This is the migrants that I don't want in this country. This is what migrants today do to this country. You put the generations before you to shame. They actually came to build this country, and you come to destroy it. Big difference. Oh, here we go. Yeah, deflect. Now he's talking about defend pedophile. You guys, man, it's same lines. This is why you guys are brainwashed. This is how I know. This is how I know that we are right, that we tell the truth. This is how I know. There's your proof right there. This is what you think migrants are great and welcome for? Let's talk about it. What insurrection? The one that Trump didn't make? Are we going to be that retarded tonight? It's a Friday night. Let's have some fun. But are we going to be that retarded again? We believe, and we have proof, that it wasn't. It was a setup from the Democratic side. You guys believe that it wasn't. That it was something, that it was an insurrection from Republicans. That Trump sided. Well, let's agree to disagree. Again, you have your right to your opinions, but not to your facts. Okay? The facts are the facts. Bottom line is, January 6th, this is all you have. This is all you have. We have videos of police officers handcuffing fake protesters and uncuffing them inside the building. Do not be naive and gullible or just plain retarded. You cannot deny the footage. You're going to tell me that a 2-minute video that they placed together wouldn't have any issues with narrating the faking the truth? Sorry, disrupting the truth? They are doing it hardcore right now. They are doing AI videos showing Israel hitting things that are not being hit. We're at, let's see, found one here. Promoting Sharia law. Who? At Final Billy? Where is this piece of garbage at? All right, let's get rid of him. Get the hell off my chat, damn terrorist. I find that interesting. And you know what? I show them proof of their bad behavior. That's not peaceful protesting. That's not peaceful protesting. This is a meme, but nonetheless, it has a point. Oh, and President Trump is sending out his thugs. President Trump is sending out his thugs to commit violence against peaceful protesters, snatching citizens and sending them to a prison in El Salvador. Go on, defend it.
Like California, they're prohibited to even inquire about an individual American to know. I'm gonna forego my monologue for now because of this breaking news. As you can see, chaos about to unfold in Los Angeles, in California tonight. There are people that this country can blame. The fact that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Alejandro Mayorkas and every single Democrat that lied to the American people and said the border's closed, the border's secure, the border's closed, border's secure, and told you not to believe what your own eyes were showing you, they are to blame for this. Add to that, sanctuary city mayors in blue cities and blue states, sanctuary state governors like Gavin Newsom, they allowed this illegal immigration to get out of control, out of hand, and now you see that officers' lives are in risk tonight, and property damage could be great.
What does it matter that it's Fox? Fox is not staging the violence. Fox is not staging the facts. Fox is not waving the Mexican flag while they burn a car. Fox is not out there burning electrical vehicles in California. Fox is not out there graffitiing the buildings, the federal buildings, saying F ICE. You can't lie to me. Get out of here with that.
Here now with reaction is the U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. Pam, we know the restrictions that local.
And I love how they wave the Mexican flag. They wave the foreign flags. What the hell does that got to do with anything? Huh? Who do you stand with? Aztec, toma way. Huevos, cabrón.
Police are under, for example, in a sanctuary state like California. They're prohibited to even inquire about an individual's status during a routine, course of work. They're forbidden from holding illegals until they can be transferred to ICE.
You hear that? ICE is trying to do it the right way. And these people obstruct, impede, and become an obstacle. And you call it peaceful protesting. Should be ashamed of yourselves. And then you go out there and yell at ICE, shame, shame. Yeah, on yourselves.
Federal authorities, federal agencies.
Man, this is why I, as a migrant, I have to stand up against those criminal migrants that do not respect this law. And this is why they started talking. This is your fault. This is why they started talking about anchor babies and birthright citizenship, because of you retards on the left have been doing all this nonsense. You got people in here with the Mexican flag saying this is Mexico. What? What? What are you doing to stop people like that? What are you doing to stop people to say this is Mexico? What are you doing? Nothing. So don't come in here and act like some righteous person when you are the worst of the worst. Unbelievable. I hope that one day you're able to use common sense. If you are a little bit retard, I get it. I apologize. Maybe it's not your doing. If you're just a kid coming in here, you shouldn't be in my show. I want adults only in my show. Okay? It's not made for minors. So there's that. When I'm exhorting, rebuking, when I'm disciplining, when I am correcting, it will never be a loving word. It will be a harsh word. Calling you names is better than to go and hit you in the face. That's just not how it works. You guys want these nice little compliments as you tear up the country. You guys want to defend this. Oh, my God. Did you hear? He called me retarded. I just burned a building, but he called me retarded. That nonsense. Shut the hell up. Grow a pair. Grow a pair, will you? Grow a pair. This is why this country is going down the toilet. We need real man in this country. We need real man. Not shooters that have manginas like this guy here.
These are prohibited from commandeering local authorities. We do have the supremacy.
You know, I hate it when they bring in this whole Christian thing. Hey, then don't believe that I'm a Christian. It is what it is. So what? I'm still telling you the truth. Your opinion of who or what my faith is irrelevant. It's irrelevant, is it? Is it relevant? No, it's irrelevant, isn't it? Because it's the truth. It doesn't matter how I say it. It doesn't matter how much it hurts you. It is the truth. You know why people don't get offended? Because they know I'm right. Because it is the truth. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy that the people that support criminals get offended by this? I use words like retard and all this other stuff, but you guys use words that are worse than that. You guys use words that are worse than that. Don't try to correct my language, please. Don't try to correct my language. You guys are full of sin yourselves, as everybody else. We're all sinful sinners in this country, in this world. You guys do worse things. You guys do pornography. You're adulterers. You're fornicators. You're drunkards. You guys are over there with sexual perversion. You got no room to condemn anybody, and I wish you would. I wish you would be the example. But you're not. You're all a bunch of hypocrites. You say, Dennis, you don't know me. No, you're a bunch of hypocrites. You know why? Because you're lying to me. You come in here and insult me and tell me I'm not a Christian. How do you know? All I see from you is defending criminals, breaking the law. How would you know if I'm a Christian or not? Only a real Christian will know what the other Christian is like. But you're not a Christian. Stop being a fake. You're watching me through that camera on your phone. I don't have to see you. I know you're fake. I know you're a sinner. I know you're a hypocrite. It is in our nature. The difference is I got proof. I've been showing you proof. I've been showing you how they behave and why there is a reaction from ICE agents. This has been going on for over a year now. Just a year. This has been going on. Videos, proof of illegal immigrants throwing bricks, destroying police cars. Let me take the volume off.
Clause. Okay, I get it. You know,
there is videos and proof of everything, and you still defend them. How is that possible that you're seeing the rebelliousness and nothing in your brain or anywhere tells you this is wrong? But everything Trump does, you are very vocal about it. You go ahead and put your comments all over the place. You come to my channel not to be constructive, not to want to work together, but just to troll. I get it. That is your job, to troll. You're a loser. I got it. But what I'm saying is, you don't pretend that this didn't happen. I wish I didn't have to delete a lot of videos that I had saved up. Police officer vehicles burned under the bridge. Bricks dropped on them when you know that can kill people. How about you come in here today, redeem yourself, and tell me that those people that were throwing bricks or assaulting ICE agents should be in jail and deported if they're not legal. Put that on the chat. And then I can say, okay, all right, okay. I see where you're at. I see you trying to be, in the middle, but you won't. What the hell did the 7-Eleven do for people to go in there and empty the damn store? Is that your peaceful protesting? Oh, that's right, disrupting. That's what you do, right? Yeah. See, that's a difference between you and me. We interpret the Constitution differently. I interpret the Constitution to protect American citizens and their safety first. You use it in your way to defend criminals and people who are destroying this great country that we call the USA. That's the difference between me and you on the left side. Come at me with some facts. Come at me with truth. Tell me and show me that you are a person who actually cares. Hey, Civils, don't it hurt to hear the truth? You guys are like demons when somebody sprays holy water on them. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Weekend. Ashley Babbitt got murdered by an officer, and you know what the left said? Yay! Celebrated. Why? I thought they care about Americans' lives and freedoms. Apparently, they only care about the ones that agree with them. Very interesting. I'm telling you, I don't really truly blame our youth because they're gullible. Their brains are sponges and they're learning the crap that they're being taught. I just hope that there is more parents out there who actually teach their kids to behave and obey the law and be respectful. All right, go ahead, Hector. Call me in. Let's see how composed you are. All right, let's go ahead. I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance. Go ahead. Enlighten me. Enlighten me how horrible ICE agents are and how wonderful these protesters are who are beating up other counter protesters on the street, almost leaving them dead on the street. Go ahead and convince me that that's okay to do. All I'm asking is, if you're going to be putting the blame on one side, you better give me some excuse why the other side gets away with the same, if not worse. Go ahead. Take a shot. Happy Friday. You better hurry up because I am running out of time. Come on. Yeah, I've seen it here before. He's a troll, but I want to hear his voice. I want to see what's up. Aztec, you can't even ask me. You lost my respect for tonight. I show you facts. I show you videos. You say you're still on the same. Okay, well, what are you on? You're still on the same as well. Don't be a hypocrite. I told you, stop being a hypocrite. I wish that by now, as many times as you have seen me on this show, that I have given you facts and I showed you videos with truth, that by now, you would have learned, Aztec. You disappoint me. I thought you learned something. I really did. But it looks like you're still the hard-headed, hating, half Mexican that doesn't want the United States of America to be protected. It has to be protected against foreign and domestic, my friend. Very disappointed. All right, come on, Hector. Hurry up, man. We don't got time. There's a delay from when I say it, so I'll give him the benefit of doubt. And don't worry about blocking your number, man. I'm never going to call you. I don't give a crap about people's phone numbers. I don't know why people get all, oh my God, I don't want to give my phone number. Man, you see my number, you got my face, you got everything. What the hell are you worried about? Everybody on the chat, everybody that comes through my channel knows my face and my number to call in when it's open, because I don't leave it open like that. What's the excuse? You see the difference? I don't make excuses. I give you a chance. Ashley was not attacking police, sir. And you see Ashley, I will knock her out with a slap. That was a coward. A coward that was paid to kill innocent Americans. No respect for that coward. Dennis dishonor. No, you dishonor your father. You did that. I say you're the traitor vet. Not your father. Your father is honorable. I say you bring shame to your father. Don't try to put the blame on something else. Speak the truth. I have no respect for you, Roofer. You are an idiot. You are a traitor to this nation. Your service means nothing because you are dishonorable. You know what, though? It's not too late. You're still alive. You can always fix that problem. Oh, so Ashley was trespassing. Okay. We got millions of illegal immigrants right now trespassing. Everybody. Here we go. The chicken strangler believes that we should go shoot every trespasser. Well. It's very interesting, isn't it? You just killed everybody's argument on the left right now with that comment. Thank you for being in here and telling us how you really feel. All right, Vet. Roofer, have a good night, bro. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next one. Go to the corner and think about what you did wrong. Let's say, come on. I'm going to post this. I'm going to keep this over here. Here you go, Aztec. Why don't you listen to your new hero here, The chicken strangler says Ashley was trespassing. That's why she got shot in the head. What do you say to that, Aztec? You like how he just jumped in there himself? And about 30 libtards just left. Hey, hurry up, Hector. Call the line. Come on. I'm really curious to hear your argument. And don't call me here with questions. Just tell me how you feel. If you start cursing at me, well, you're gone. Finally. Aztec says, damn chicken straggler, you set us back years. He thought he was making ground, but he wasn't making ground anyways. Don't worry, he didn't lose much. He's still in the same spot. Come on, Hector. You remember that? Hector! Come on, buddy. It's not ringing, guys. Come on, bro. You can do it. Come on, Hector. Come on. Make the phone call. 35 viewers. Yeah, I'm about to leave, man. I'm about to leave. Come on. Hector, where'd you go? Where did you go? Oh, Hector. Where did you go? I want to know. Oh, 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 oh. Where did you go? I'm going to tell you what, man. 30 views, that's all good. That's all good. What happened to all my libtards? Look, only Aztec has the balls to stay here and take my rude comments to him when he misbehaves. That's what I thought he was going to do. He's going to come out here and just lay it on me. I try to find the part where he's actually yelling Hector. Let me see if I can find. I'm trying to find it. Dragon yells. Let's see if I got it. Let me see. Come on. Let's see. Let me see. Come on. No, it always comes back to the opening the doors when he's already listening. How about... That's Hector right there. Hector! The movie's called...
Hector! 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 No.
Oh my goodness. Come on, man. I think Hector got deported while we were talking, man. Oh my gosh, dude. That is too funny. I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I found the clip, bro. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. That is funny, bro. That is funny. Hector! Where are you? You can read that comment from the Chicken Strangler. Ashley was trespassing. Guess you don't believe in the rule of law. So Ashley Abbott, or Babbitt, what was the last name? Abbott or Babbitt, right? Was trespassing, and a D.C. police shot her in the head. So his response is Ashley was trespassing. We have millions of people trespassing as of right now. According to your logic, they should be shot. According to our logic and understanding of the federal law, we want to repatriate them. We want to send them to be happy in their own country. I am a bully of bullies. I tell you that right now. I have transformed some bullies into being good people. Hector! All right, I won't show you any more of these criminals protesting on the street. I am actually surprised that only 2 people have died, honestly. I really am surprised. But get out of here, Aztec. I don't want to talk to you for the rest of the night. You pissed me off today. All right, man, have a good night. I'll see you later. All right, let's get to the next clip. Well, we saw the interview, so we don't have to watch these clips. But here we go. Post from President Trump, and it says 2 renderings of the new, highly improved Trump Kennedy Center. That's triggering, ain't it? That is triggering. I'm okay with that. Why not? Let him put his name on it, man. Let him go down in history as the greatest president of all time. And we'll allow Barack Obama to get his title, as he so much claimed that he said that he would go down as the worst president in history, but at least he will go down as a president. Isn't that phenomenal? Because that's exactly what happened. He went down. All right, we don't need to have these clips. Okay, we can listen to this one.
America Act does is that it makes it impossible for illegal aliens to vote in our elections. Pretty common sense.
Chicken Strangler, you messed up with that comment. You ain't taking it back. That comment stays there just until we get done with the night. You, my friend, failed tonight and show your true colors of how your common sense, well, it just doesn't work, does it?
Now, I think that's pretty easy, right? We don't want illegal aliens voting in our elections. My favorite thing,
of course,
is whenever I bring this up, you'll have some Democrat on TV who will say, well, we don't have to worry about that because illegal immigrants voting in our elections is very rare. Well, number one, how about we put it to 0? Okay, even if you're right. Number 2, you're not right. It happens way more often than a lot of people appreciate. In fact, just this week, ICE arrested an illegal immigrant. I'm going to read this because I want to make sure I get it right. An illegal immigrant from Mauritania who's voted in 7 federal elections since 2008. And I haven't gone good at...
Wait, he's lying. He's lying, guys. This can't happen. This is not... It's not legal. It doesn't happen because it's not legal. It's not allowed. He's lying 7 times. Come on. Who would do that? Who would do that? Oh, yeah. Maybe a graduate from the Leering Center.
Authority that in every single election he voted for Don Davis. No, I don't know about that. I don't know where he voted, but I guarantee it wasn't for us. Okay? It wasn't for America First policies. Now, here's the thing, though. Even if you take the Democrats at their word, even if illegal aliens voting is very rare, then why don't we ban it anyway? It's not that complicated. It is one thing to say, I don't get it. The Democrats say, this never happens, or it happens only very rarely on the one hand, and on the other hand, we must not stop it. It doesn't make a damn bit of sense. We need to get all illegal aliens stopping from voting in our elections. It's very common sense stuff.
Man, you know what? I know that a lot of you, and I think probably many looking glass Hector's English is too broken to call. Whatever it is, you listen. If you are listening, there's only a few people on here, but if you are listening, I don't care. Listen, if I don't understand, I don't understand. But I don't care how broken your English is. What you can do is try to speak slower, and then I can try to understand what you're saying. If that is the reason. There is no shame on having a heavy accent. I think that what is shameful is not to try to speak the language that, well, it is the national language. So it doesn't matter if you have broken English. It doesn't matter. You can still express yourself. And, you know, I know I listen to a lot of people with really bad English. Some I can't understand. But for the most part, I do. Justin, President Trump says if he would come back as any other person in the world, who he will come back as? Well, he will come back as that guy right there, Donald J. Trump. I thought that was funny. That was funny. All right, here's some Cowboys.
Amazing day at the White House when we have the 2025 National Finals Rodeo World Champions, from barrel racing to steer wrestling, etc. And, you know, I've talked to the president quite a bit about this over many years.
Hey, jackass, they speak like me as well. That's why if ICE ask me for documentation, if they question me, I understand. See the difference? You will never beat me, bro.
We have the incredible blessing of having the College World Series baseball team in. We've had the amazing blessing of the NFL teams and the MLB teams, and most recently the USA men's hockey team. But for me, as the Secretary of Agriculture, this is my Super Bowl, and I think what they represent is the best of America, the best of American sports, and it's just an amazing blessing to have them in. So that's why you see the crew. They're going to get to go meet the president in just an hour or so, and the chance to just show them around the White House is one of my highlights of my time in this office. So thank you. Yeah, come.
Brian, you can't breach into a building to attack people. It's that simple. It's better if they cross the border illegally and kill and rape our own American citizens. Don't you get it? Come on, man. This guy. You have a losing argument. You have a losing argument. Stop trying to fix it. You just can't, bro. You're wrong. 100% wrong on that. Let's see. We saw that. Oh, check this one out. This is interesting. Maggot Hagerman, just another sleazebag. Writer for the failing New York Times insists on writing false stories about me, even though she fully knows and understands that the exact opposite of anything she says is usually the truth. In any event, I am thinking of adding Maggot and some of her associates into my Florida-based lawsuit against the Times, which very happily seems to be proceeding just nicely. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. I hope he does. Please add her to the list. Be nice and give us something to cheer about.
I watch this all the time. You are totally crazy. So how strong is a bull? About as strong as they get, right?
Yeah, 5 Sir, this is Stetson Wright, the National Bull Riding Champion.
You gotta be kidding.
Yeah, look at him. Look.
Beautiful ladies, man.
And his brothers.
You guys are.
That's some beautiful American ladies right there. I'll tell you that right now. Damn. Yeah, we already heard of all this. Aw, how cute. Look at that picture. I like it. I like it when the leftist people say, "Oh, would you leave your kids with Donald Trump?" Yeah, why not? Why not? My middle name is Sue, says Derek. Derek in the house. How are you, bro? I don't see you that often anymore, but it's good to see you on here. All right, let's. I think it's mostly Patriots now. We scared away all the libtards because they all failed to have any proof of validity on their comments. Hector tried to fight for them, and Hector ran away. Hector, where are you? Okay, all right, let's see. I think, oh, that's right, there's a hat given to President Trump. Matter of fact, what do you guys think? Should I get a cowboy hat? I want a black one, of course, but I want a cowboy hat, like the ones that Clint Eastwood used to wear.
I think it's your size. Have you guys checked it? Okay. Let me see. The right way, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, snap. Oh, man, he looks good. He looks good, man. He looks good in that hat. I like that sombrero, my friend. President Trump, I think he needs to put "Make America Great Again" on that hat. And, man, he looked good. No joke. He looked good. He looks good, man. That's amazing. You know, I admire the United States because it has so many cultures in it. What I don't like is people from certain cultures to try to change the country to their culture instead of respecting everybody else's, and specifically the law. I would like to think of myself as a person who is fair and just. And even though some things may seem to be mean or whatnot, the law is the law, and you just can't stand up for criminals. I am sorry. That's just the way it is. CNN is lying to undermine operations Epic Fury. We already know. Moments ago, at my direction, this is 6 hours ago, by the way, Central Command executed one of the most powerful bombing raids in the history of the Middle East and totally obliterated every military target in Iran's crown jewel, the Karg Island. Our weapons are the most powerful and sophisticated that the world has ever known. But for some reasons of decency, I have chosen not to wipe out the oil infrastructure on the island. However, should Iran or anyone else do anything to interfere with the free and safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz, I will immediately reconsider this decision. During my first term and currently, I rebuild our military into the most lethal, powerful, and effective force by far anywhere in the world. Iran has no ability to defend anything that we want to attack. There is nothing they can do about it. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, nor will it have the ability to threaten the United States of America, the Middle East, or that matter, the world. Iran's military and all others involved with this terrorist regime will be wise to lay down their arms and save what's left of their country, which isn't too much. Wow, that's some strong words right there, sir. Iran had plans of taking over the entire Middle East and completely obliterating Israel. Just like Iran itself, those plans are now dead. President Donald J. Trump. Wow. Damn. All right, let's go to my home profile. I want to show this. I got a couple of clips that I want to show, okay? And I'm sorry I scared away all the libtards. I apologize, guys. I know how much you guys love this, guys. But check this out. This is a real estate guy from Washington State. Okay, we're going to switch gears from illegal immigration, even though it's still kind of illegal immigration goes. What is the word in English? I can't think the word in English. Horrible, bad American citizen. But encompasses, I think, is the word. every issue in the United States of America, it is connected in one way or another to a mass illegal invasion of immigrants. Okay? Listen to this fellow Washingtonian here in my state.
As I record this morning, I am upset. I'm disgusted that Washington State, that our legislature would pass a income tax that they're calling the millionaire tax, but we all know it's going to be the everyone tax. And the shockwaves that this could send through the Seattle metro, and specifically in the Seattle area, where all of a sudden you can get a combined tax rate in Seattle of 18.037%. And then if you add in federal income tax, the net investment tax, and start looking at this, you can get a combined tax rate. Look at this number, 57.937%. Wait a second. That's 60% of your income you may have to give to the governments in taxes.
Did you get that? That's how Washingtonians feel. That's how we feel. Now, I want to show this video because I have, unfortunately, we don't have that many viewers, but it is what it is. You will know the truth about what I'm saying here today. I want you to pay attention to how this poor teenager reacts. Because one of the things that Muslims have learned to do is to go to the most poorest, most oppressed areas and bring Islam to them because they will submit. Let me show you how.
Bien mieux qu'être mal accompagné, pas vrai?
Look at him. At first, he's afraid, and he runs away, but the guy catches up to him, and eventually the kid listens to him. This is what happens. Now, the young man is doing a good job, and is just trying to make sure that he's got new sandals. Not only that, he gets him new socks, puts it on him. He is taking care of this kid. Watch. Look at that. You see that? You see how he was going to lay down on the ground and bow to him? That, my friend, is how they get people to do what they want them to do. It's very sad. This right here is not evil. This is fantastic. I applaud this young man for doing that. But the reality of it is that a lot of bad religious people, I want to give you a different perspective of what religion can do to people. Whether you think is true or not, it is irrelevant. But watch the difference. This kid was helped by a Samaritan that wants to give help, right? If you have Christians go to poor countries, you will notice that they will always do the same thing. This is a Christian act, a Good Samaritan act. They will feed them, they will clothe them. Some of them will sacrifice their own lives to bring medicines and attend these third world countries and villages and things that they need help. Hey, Baba. And so they will do that, and then they will teach the gospel of Jesus Christ, which teach people to love one another. It doesn't teach people to be violent and to go kill people, right? But in the Muslim, one of their prayers is that somebody, the infidels, right? And you have to understand that not everybody that gives you money or gives you food wants what's best for you. You have to understand some truly care about you and they feed you, but others are just like the witch with Hansel and Gretel. They just feed you to fatten you up so that they can slaughter you. And, that's a horrible analogy, but nonetheless. The facts stand. What is this? This is from March 8th. We don't have to do that. But, Robert, since you stuck around for so long, I got a treat for you, my friend. Can you smell what the chef is cooking? Let's go ahead and make it a good one. There we go. This is our favorite guy. Who is it, Robert? Who is coming right now to get the gala closing of the Dennis Herrera show on a Friday night? Who is it, Robert? Come on. Hurry up. I don't have time to wait too much. It's coming. Too long. There's too much delay, and you're too busy talking to somebody else at the Leering Center. Here we go. That's right. Crime Chef. I know there's a delay on there. All right, guys. Here you go. This is for your entertainment, brought to you by the Crime Chef. Hook him up. He's trying to get to 100,000, I believe. So am I, but he's way ahead of me. Go and visit his channel. It's called The Crime Chef, just like you see on there. And show him some love and some support. It's time to watch some peaceful protesting and non-violent, you know the thing. You know the thing.
Is making waves again, and this time we got behind-the-scenes access from an independent journalist who went on a ride-along for an ICE arrest. A new ICE detention facility has opened up, and the anti-ICE Karens are in full-blown riot mode. There's a lot of ICE to cover today, so let's get straight to it. Independent journalist Stephen Crowder just did a ride along with ICE, and you won't believe how it ended.
Pull it over for speed.
Yeah.
Got it over here. Yeah. All right. Try to film that mistake guy. Don't film the stick guy.
This woman is accused of producing and distributing content of her own children. It's absolutely disgusting and incomprehensible.
So, what makes a mother take pictures like that?
I'm sorry, no lyrics.
She has time to film her children, but no time to learn English.
No English? Pictures. Was it Is that what you say in Spanish? Of children.
Tus niños.
What makes a mom? Your madre, right? You're a mother.
¿De mis niños?
You're a mother. Yeah, you're a mother.
Tengo 4 niños acá.
Yeah. So what would make a mother take pictures of her children like that?
Lo siento, no entiendo.
¿Qué motiva a una mamá a tomar fotografías pornográficas de sus hijos?
No tengo fotos pornográficas de mis niños.
No, you haven't done it?
She doesn't have
No, you don't know anything about it?
No WhatsApp?
No WhatsApp?
No, no.
No WhatsApp?
No tengo fotos de mis niños. Tengo fotos normal de mis niños.
No. No regrets?
¿No se arrepiente de algo que haya hecho mal?
No he hecho nada malo.
She says she hasn't done anything wrong.
The liberals would say she didn't do anything wrong. It's just part of her culture.
You know, we have the pictures, right?
Tengo fotos. No entiendo.
How long have you been in America?
¿Cuánto tiempo llevan en Estados Unidos?
La verdad prefiero contestar con mi abogado.
She prefers to talk to a lawyer.
Okay. In Spanish?
In Spanish.
So she understands English.
Oh yeah, we are dead serious, pal. Get in line or get run over.
I got water, man. Here. Water.
It's been a long time since we've gotten to see pepper spray and pepper balls used like this. It hits the spot.
Don't scream, it'll just make them shoot us. Stay calm, stay calm.
Let's go, here we go.
Whoa. Stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. Stay calm, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. You're not a threat, you're not a threat.
You're not a physical threat, obviously, but you are quite annoying and constantly impede federal operations. You can tell from their outfits that these are highly sophisticated people.
There's going to be an ICE detention facility in Leavenworth, Kansas. It'll be the first in the state. The decision comes after about a year of back and forth with the city commission, but ultimately CoreCivic was approved to reopen their private prison as an ICE detention facility.
This is fantastic news. Long overdue, though.
Hundreds of protesters showed up mid-tornado watch to protest before the city commission's final decision. At least 3 were removed from the meeting by police. Here are 2 of them.
This is not going to help. CoreCivic is going to kill your city. CoreCivic and ICE. ICE.
Paul, please stand 15.
It's a concentration camp.
Hey, don't take That is not called for. You don't have to manhandle me like that. Come on.
You know what's funny is that they're chanting shame against the people that are actually law-abiding and enforcing the law. They should be ashamed of themselves.
I'm here outside the Leavenworth City offices where the City Commission just voted to approve Core Civic's special use permit so they can reopen their private prison here in Leavenworth. As you can hear in the background and see, many people stayed afterwards. Shame, shame, shame. Both the commissioners, and I apologize for the language in the background, and to others, some of the Core Civic officials as they're leaving. This was a shorter meeting this time, and I will be updating you all as soon as I can get a story. It will be on.
En Arlington.
I'll link them. Today's catch of the day is a wild Juanito, not from Arlington.
Qué mierda. ¿Y será que esa mujer los entregó?
Porque ella vino.
Tío.
Ya la he grabado.
Págame.
La pueden ver y vamos a venir a buscar.
¿Y acá que lo vas a abrir?
¿Cerré?
If they're so shamed to be American, they could just leave.
Your mother should have swallowed. Go fuck yourself. Stop kidnapping our neighbors. We hate your fucking
When Trump lost, it wasn't crying because he lost. It was an outcry because of the fraud that occurred. But you know what? As I always say to people, it is all in God's hands, and God is in control of everything. And therefore, we are not going to talk about it. But I know President Trump, it says not a Christian, he has to do what he has to do to get everybody together. But let's go ahead and put this one more thing in here, because this is just a small warning to a lot of people who don't want to see what's going on in our country. I love this guy.
This video shows us journalists from 60 Minutes going to film in Sweden, and let's see how they're treated by the local community. Okay.
Attack.
Go. Mate. Go. Don't you touch me. Okay, we're gonna drink.
Excuse me. Please.
Get out of here.
No, we are leaving, but you don't need to hurt us. There's no need to be unkind.
You can't film. You can't film. No, don't do it.
The gang's attention turns when a local intervenes and drives his mobility scooter into the most violent attacker.
Move.
A man in a scooter, a disabled man, has more guts than any other citizen of that country. If you see it all over the world, there's no way that you don't know this. There's no way you don't know. Roofer, you are garbage. You are the stench of this country. I feel bad for you. I've answered your questions many times. You come in here and insult people. I bet you like to eat manure yourself. Stop doing that. You say you're a vet and you're an American patriot, but yet you come in here and hate the very people that are trying to fight to protect this country with what we do, which is tell the truth and open the eyes to everything that's going on around our cities and states, so that you on the other side that are in other states can see what's happening everywhere else. I speak for Washington State. I know what I see. I know what's happening. And quite frankly, if you don't appreciate that, I'm not sure why you keep coming into my channel. With that being said, let's see. Yeah, you know what's crazy? It's as much as they want to hate us, these Muslims, they always do this one thing. They like to come in to Christian countries and they don't assimilate. They like to come to show their violence. Supposedly, they are very religious people. Supposedly, they're God's people. And yet, all they touch goes to shit. I'm sorry to just be so blunt in my show. This is why it's for 18 and up. If you don't like the kind of Christian that I am, that's okay. It is very irrelevant. It doesn't matter to me. You do not get to save my soul. Only Jesus Christ does that. I'm going to tell you something. I don't have to convince you. I just show you the truth, what you see right here. I says it, and I calls it as I sees it. With that being said, man, you all have a wonderful rest of the night. If you're going to stay up later, the wife calls me. I got to go pick her up. I got to go pick up my wife and my mother-in-law. Love these ladies that drive me crazy. With that being said, guys, God bless you. God bless the USA and all of your families. May you all be peaceful, joyful, and may God's prosperity be a blessing upon your life. We will continue to see what else we can do. I think I'm going to probably go live this weekend. I've been slacking a lot on the weekends. I guess there's no time for rest. And so I will give you guys more time with the Dennis Herrera Show. Be good.